Yes, I know we're early, but with me it's either early or it's not at all, pretty much. And I'm here with Tom.
Oh, hoi, 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 hoi. How's it going?
It's going. I'm actually kind of very upset because people keep taking advantage of me and I'm tired of their horseshit and not to find horseshit stuff that people believe that's false.
So, most things.
Yes, it is. It does happen to be most things, but it causes me problems when I need them to cooperate to get the thing I'm trying to do done. So
Yeah, but they're not gonna, though. Now what?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. So right now I'm reading through my strategy books. I read through the Book of Five Rings again. I paid through the Art of War again. I read through what's this name? Um, yeah, I've been doing lots of the Way of the Samurai again. Um, so I'm just trying to through my strategy books. I hear an echo. Is that on my end or it's on your end?
Yes, probably.
Oh, okay. I know what to do. That's already in there.
It's probably me, innit?
It already has echo cancellation. I'll just ignore it. I can't say anything about the chat. They may not ignore it, but it's gonna be their problem.
How about that? Is that any better?
Mic check. Yeah, it's a little better. It's in the right direction.
Hmm, that's something.
But yeah, I know we're early. It's supposed to be a two. Tom showed up. I'm at the seat, so that's started now. That's how I do things. If I didn't start now, I probably wouldn't even start it at all.
Sure.
Yeah, of course. Benjamin's off this week. And I think he'll be off next week. But I'm just tired of people taking advantage of me and using stuff they believe that's totally false as just a pillar to stand on.
It happens.
The only problem is that I'm gonna be responsible for some way or another. Then I really need to just figure out a way to avoid those people in those situations.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not being specific because people in this panel verse just like drama and they like rubbing things in your face and they don't like solving problems. So I'm gonna keep it vague.
Yeah.
So how have you been? What have you been up to, Tom?
Just agentic orchestration, doing getting into all the old AI shenanigans and such.
Oh, absolutely. I have a duck.ai window open right now, and I last query was how do I escape my dang rsync because I usually timestamp most of my tarballs. And it's simple of some indirection. So instead of going to the file directly to its name, you have to go back up a level and cite the file in the directory, and that reads it correctly.
Yeah, lately I've been using a nested folder structure with year slash month slash timestamp dash whatever the name of the file is,
Yep.
because I was my keeping all my files nicely time stamped was great, but there's too many dang files in the folder from like multiple years ago. I'm like, organizing it by year and month seems to be a nice you got to thread the needle of complexity.
Yes. But mostly stomp it down, but you have to have some complexity, or it's going to be too just a pile of mush. I can't really deal with
Right.
anything. Yeah, with a pile of mush, I don't like swimming in mush.
Yeah, it's the old standard of clustering and decomposition. Like if you decompose it too much, then you've got, one file per subatomic particle. That's probably too decomposed. If you don't decompose it enough, then you have, individual terabyte sized files that are just a catch all for all things. You gotta split it somehow.
You don't necessarily have to split somehow, but most of the time mixing's easier. Till it
Yeah.
doesn't, then mixing's harder. Then you don't know if it did till it's too late. Then it's gonna have to be a big mess to clean up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you get it right, you just never notice you did it right. So that's all weird.
It's always a moving target. Like perfection is an illusion. It's all
Absolutely.
about hitting the target.
And I think that executives may have gotten right to focus on the short term.
Yeah.
They certainly have more money than I do.
Well, it's all relative.
Yeah, it is relative. But in USD, they have more money than I do. I found my units.
That's debatable.
Actually, yeah, that is debatable because of the obligations and the debt. So that's actually debatable too.
It's all about flow dynamics. Fluid dynamics are, that explains everything, right? Money
Too,
is
too
yet
bad they're
another
really
example
hard.
of fluid dynamics.
Too bad fluid dynamics is insanely hard mathematically.
Yeah. uh, Fluid dynamics, good times.
Yep. What else have you been up to, Tom?
Exploring the true nature of the physical universe with, physics and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, Benjamin made up his own theories, but he vibe coded it, so I actually don't really take it that seriously.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. Right now, the, I usually just pin on Wolfram's models, which is pretty much
Sure.
computational physics.
I'm just a sucker for toroidal vortices, generally. You give
They're
me
cool.
some toroidal vortex dynamics in a fluid simulation, and I just, I can't resist.
It's hard to resist. I mean, there's multiple toroidal cults like the electronic universe.
Yeah. Anytime you've got a donut shaped tornado, I am just down, bro.
Aren't they all donut shaped technically?
Sure.
But I guess only if you're a geometer. What they no topologist. Topologists call it a donut.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm SF, so I call things by silly names for my amusement in order to um, downplay their seriousness in order to protect myself from judgment.
Yes, I
It's
meant
all
T.
defense mechanisms all the way down, like
Yeah,
turtles.
yeah. I'm I'm TJ, so I just choose boring names most of the time, just so I can know what they are.
Mm.
But that's kind of shoots myself in the foot when I'm trying to do anything market wise. So
Yeah.
silly names are better for marketing.
Customer acquisition as one of the three legs of the business stool is the suckiest one, but the most critical. Well, I
Yeah,
guess they're all the most critical.
they're all the most critical, but one, if you just acquire customers and do nothing else, then you're a scammer, but you have money, so you can still pay your bills.
There you go.
So otherwise, you're either a nerd with no money or a Karen with no money.
Yeah. There are so many necessary evils, temporarily necessary, thankfully, many of them.
Allegedly.
Well, it's all debatable.
Darn it, I have an alarm still going. Just to make sure I woke up in time. Let me go get it.
Hmm.
I didn't know what was getting.
Well, I guess it's just me. Welcome to the Binyamin channel. Brought to you by your temporary co-host, this guy. And that's all.
I wasn't quite sure what state it would be in. That's why I had that alarm going to make sure I got up just in case I was asleep, so I can run the show still.
Sometimes you have to be awake.
Yes.
Another necessary evil.
Yep.
Debatably.
Yes, debatably. I don't remember the last time Azathoth woke up, but it's probably not for the best. I don't know.
Azeroth the band?
Azathoth, the outer god. That's
Oh, I haven't
allegedly,
met him yet.
yeah, that allegedly holds up our multiverse.
Is he the
Allegedly.
spaghetti monster shaped one? Or is
Yes.
that another one?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Allegedly, they can just pick their own shapes, but I'm not sure. But
I don't
usually,
know.
he's rendered as a spaghetti monster.
I haven't gotten into what's that one guy that writes about existential horror? What's his name?
H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah. I haven't read any Lovecraft yet, but I've read enough or seen enough media referencing Lovecraft that I know it's all weird spaghetti monsters.
Yep.
I heard an interesting phrase one time, like, why would an elder god obey humans? That makes no sense. But if you think about it, if ants formed a circle and started chanting my name, I'd at least go over there and see what they want to say.
Exactly. I would too.
Be like, what's up, guys? What do you want slash need? Oh, a lump of sugar? I could probably do that. Smash that one specific ant? Sure.
Yeah, everyone likes the validation.
Yeah. Even from ants. Like, if ants could do something like that, I would be impressed.
Me too. It probably within their capability too, but just don't care about us that much. No, we got it. Just go away. We take the sugar though.
So, is there like an agenda for what happens on these hangouts?
No.
Okay.
So this is one of the few hangouts that we just talk about whatever, instead of having a agenda like a world peace or make money, give me money now. We don't do that here. We just do conversation.
Yeah, I think world peas are not delicious. I prefer it when they are unworld. Keep the peas totally separate green spheres, like the mushy peas thing that the English do. I'm not a huge fan when you whirl them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either.
Yeah, so there, we've covered world peas. What's next?
Begging for money from the internet, the panhandling stuff.
Okay, there's peace in the Middle West.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. Where is the Middle West?
Um, Kansas, Arkansas, Colorado.
Yeah, do they grow peas there? I'm not even sure.
Probably.
They at least import them. I mean, if you go to the Middle West and you wanted to buy some peas, I'm sure they have them in the frozen section. Peas in the Middle
They
West.
have in the frozen section and the canned section.
Yeah.
All kinds of choices.
Yeah, it starts becoming less true when you head which one is it? Latitude or longitude that's the
The up and down one.
the waste. Earth waste. What's it called?
So the latitude is the distance from the equator, and longitude's the other one.
Okay, so yeah, if you go in any direction longitudinally, you do reach a point at which you can neither have peas nor peace. It is a longitudinal. Uh, there are massive longitudinal differences in both of those metrics, I would say.
I beg to differ. I'm sure we can get a can of peas too wherever.
The general availability of frozen peas, except wheat, apparently grows everywhere, except underwater.
Just base 2 again. Then you have base 12, which divides things really well.
Yeah, it's super useful. I think for when you don't want to rely on precise tools, base 12 is handiest, most generally useful. You know, you got your inch, your feet, your foot, yard.
Hmm.
Very useful, no tools required. Boom. It's not so good with precision, especially when different people on the same project are vastly different sizes because then all the units are off.
Yeah.
Hence the need for the meter.
Yes. Which we measure with light now.
Yeah, I'm just annoyed at base 10. I'm hoping we go back to qubits.
Think we probably should shift to base 16.
Nah, base 12.
Or base 60 is probably. That's what the Babylons actually use. Base 60.
Yeah, but I don't think they counted up to 60. I don't think they had like, digits up to 60. That would just be a pain in the butt.
I'm not sure. I mean, the Japanese and Chinese have a lot of characters, so it may not be
Eh,
that big of a deal.
it's all relative, especially in my family.
Okay, who else? I thought you were off this week.
Welcome to Duck Dynasty. StreamYard. The Binyamin Show, starring everybody except Binyamin.
Well, he'll figure it out. I thought he was off this week, so I just said, well, I already have a guest to start now, so we can start it all. So. Just plug your mic in so we can hear you. We're live already.
So I heard there's a good technique if you want. So if you're a musical artist lip syncing, you just have to lip sync the word watermelon over and over and over again, and it just looks like you're actually speaking. For example,
Yeah. I'm sure that'll work with other words, but I like the SI.
SI is really useful, I swear. Like, I think
Yeah.
the majority of all of everything that's been built in society and like society itself is basically an SI invention, and the rest of us are just riding on their coattails.
Mm.
Like try to build anything without like all the SI people, and it's just like
Yeah.
it'll be fun, but we won't make a lot of progress.
Yeah.
Then what did SC
It'll
people
break.
do? Did
It
just
won't be
break
perfect.
stuff?
Yeah.
You just get SC people to break stuff?
Yeah, but we'll have fun doing it.
No, okay.
So how's everything, Hank? How's your week? I
Oh.
didn't hear you guys before. I had no idea what you guys were talking about.
Yeah. My week was not as good as it should have been because people's horseshit, which I define horseshit as things people believe that are false. So,
Which I agreed were most things.
yes.
Cool.
Bullshit people believe that they know is false.
See, that's another thing. If you believe that it's false, but still choose to believe it anyway, like,
Yeah.
I think that is a non-zero amount. Like, I think there are probably some things that I know are not true, but I choose to believe anyway because it's just more convenient.
Yeah.
But I hopefully it's not anything really important.
Also, I mean, you might not have an alternative.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah, like for example, some bullshit believes that someone knows how computers work, and there's no one individual
That's
person
true.
who knows how computers work because they're too goddamn complex.
That is for dang sure. It's like I used to work at Facebook, and I talked to all the people at the Facebooks, and not a single person understood how all of Facebook works. Because there's a million different teams, and they're all experimenting with a bunch of different things simultaneously, and the people who built the thing then move on to other teams and other companies, and so we're all running on top of platforms on platforms on platforms where only a few people know how 30% of it works.
The coordinators, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of the same thing with math and science and all that stuff. Like, what one person knows all math?
Maybe Terrence Tao, possibly, but I doubt it.
Well, I mean,
I'll get there
you
eventually.
might know all math, but not well.
Yeah, I've heard of all math. Like, those two words put together in that. So,
or polymath, that's
technically-
another good word that's related.
Or like you could talk about it like the British maths.
yeah,
plural.
there's way too many maths over there. I just there's a singular math. I learned it, and now I know it. And we're done.
Yeah.
One math.
So it's been a while, Tom. Been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been you've left OPS. You've left the cult.
I mean, I'm still.
You can't really leave it, eh?
I mean,
Just can't.
it's like once you know it, you can't unknow it. But I'm not it's not taking up every waking thought of my life anymore.
Yeah.
Only 30%.
Hank, it takes up 30% of his diss life, like his insults and his disdain.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's you ever read Ender's Game? It's like once you can't really get to deeply know somebody without loving them, and once you do, you can see things from their perspective, and it's just
yeah.
It's just pity of just oh dang, there's just nothing I can do. Just from your perspective.
But even still, you're projecting on them. Even still.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think about all the books in Hank's background? What do you think? I don't think he's consumed last. I think he's consumed third.
So the SF aesthetics of whichever one is on the top right looks good. I don't know.
Well,
It
that's
looks like
cereal
Count
balls.
Chocula.
That's
Yeah.
cereal
Looks like
balls.
cereal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your best looking book is just food. All right.
Yes.
Maybe I'm hungry.
I want to eventually make a platform fighter on a
Yeah, in the rest of the world, math is plural. Yeah, but in England, they talk about maths.
Well, that's just double plural then. Maybe they've got math squared. Math to the power of math. That's even more math.
It's hard to say. The Great Cube will probably have a good word for it. He always comes.
Denizen, where are you? Jump on, buddy.
Digital Denizen.
Yeah. So I see you're a fan of the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a card-carrying member.
You're on Team Internet?
Yeah. I'm pro-internet. Well, we do need to dramatically re-engineer it because it assumes that ping time is going to stay, sub 20 minutes. So, once we colonize additional spheres, then, how the heck are we going to, we don't want two internets. We don't want Mars to have its own internet. So
No,
That's right. Internet is internet plural?
Exactly. Yes, it is plural. And we have two internets already. China has their own internet. And there's probably there's intranets.
I have three internet or three internets?
I would say nets. Just
Yeah,
it's a spider web, there are multiple webs. It's a spider net, there are multiple nets.
Yeah. So we already have at least two internets because China has their own internet that's partitioned from the main internet.
That's true. There's also intranets, which are the same but different in ways for reasons.
Yes, the corporate internets that are just for most.
So leave a message and I'll call you back.
I have my own local area network.
Me too.
I've never heard lands.
You have a land?
That's true. Yeah. I used to own land. Now I just own lands.
When you
less
have different subnets that
No, they're
are
all on one
technically in
supernet.
different physical locations,
no.
but they are part of the same WAN, then you do have lands.
Sure. I'll take
If they're
2
separate.
and call
Like,
you
if
in the
they're
morning.
separate?
Yes, because they all go through the same router.
Yeah, you gotta have a guest network for hooking up all of your hackable Internet of Things devices, so they don't attack your printer or whatever.
Why did they
Yes,
say
we did.
bad land and not bad land?
I created a DMZ subnet for IoT things.
Okay.
So Tom, you're applying to a new job soon? Like, what's your?
Oh yeah, I'm applying to multiple of the job.
That's the best. That's the best strategy.
That's what I've heard. This is the first time I'm trying that. Like, typically, I will be either working or not working, and then somebody that I've worked with in the past will be like, "Hey, you should come work here," and then I do, and then it's all fine. This time, I'm like, you know what? What if I like put effort into my career?
Finding a job is a full-time job.
It is. It is. It's been easy before, but this time not as easy. But it'll be fine.
Do you have credentials?
I have like at least 2, maybe 3 or more.
Nice. I never had credentials. I had to.
You know me. That's a credential.
Well, now, but I'm retired.
Well, unretire.
No, I'm gonna have to pass.
All right, then don't. Boom, we solved it.
He doesn't need money because he doesn't eat.
That sounds nice. Consume force.
It was very difficult getting paid when you don't have credentials. I had to fight a lot.
Well, then you're just getting paid to fight, and then you're a pro fighter.
Yeah, but my fights have like IT accomplishments behind them.
Ah.
Do you remember
Welcome,
Tom?
Annie.
Do you know Tom?
I remember Tom.
It's me. I'm Tom.
I hear an echo.
It's probably me. You're welcome.
It's from Tom.
It's definitely me.
Yes, and now we decide we're just gonna go ahead with it. It's not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah, Tom is like cool enough to where he can get away with shit like that.
I'm a card-carrying member of Team Cool. SF.
I like your hat and your glasses.
Thank you. I got a cool shirt too. But
I did not like the shirt, so I was just gonna not mention it.
Wow. Wow. No, it is a little tight, unfortunately. Ugh.
What is that? Is that like Sailor Moon or something?
No, it's I forget.
I don't know girl stuff.
Something or other.
Yeah, I don't know that one either. I do know some ghost stuff. I don't recognize it.
Yeah, so you guys started early, but I heard talk about job applying, and that's what I've been doing for the last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fun for you.
And I just applied to one this morning, and it sort of like went down the rabbit hole, like considering a whole bunch of things ranging in payment. You know, one of them was pretty good, like $45 to $60 an hour, but it's spa work, which I've done before, so that's hands-on massage, a lot of 2-hour massages, and I've done that shift before, and I know what it feels like, and I just prefer doing barefoot massage work because it's easier on my body. And I even had this crazy shoulder flare up that I think was psychosomatic, just like thinking about taking that job.
Yeah.
And I actually, I actually drank some opium tea and it released and it never started hurting again. But it was like, I thought I had frozen shoulder. It was like really bad.
Oh, you got the Savior double masculine SF sleep. I know all about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then the other job I talked about last week, I applied for that I was talking about, some cleaning janitorial. I did get a call back for that, and I looked at where it was on the map, and I didn't want to do it because it was like a 20-minute drive both ways, and I didn't want to. I'd have to like buy new tires in order to take the job because I really need new tires. Well, this morning there's another similar job. It was like 20.36 an hour, doing laundry and sanitizing protocols and housekeeping in a care home facility that is a block away. I walk past there every morning on my morning walks, and when I walk by, so many times I've thought there's got to be a way I can work there, because it's like just right
That's
there,
a big
and
deal.
surely they need me. And the other thing is that I even applied. I used to be a CNA, a nursing assistant, years ago. And I actually applied for recertification, like CNA training. But then I did a whole bunch of research, and I was like, I don't want to do this. It's a really toxic work environment. I watched a lot of YouTube videos of people who do this job, and like, I don't want to work with those people. It's like it's this whole like hierarchy, pecking order. Nursing is really toxic, and that CNA, that's 22 something an hour. And so this other one, I would rather do laundry and clean for 20 an hour than make $2 more and be a CNA.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I really, really want that job, and I hope they contact me. Like, I have really strong history of like cleaning and janitorial work, as well as like massage and even being a CNA, being familiar with that environment. But like, I would just walk there every day, or
That's a big deal.
2 or 3 shifts. Yeah.
Like,
So I would look for like 2 shifts, ideally, potentially 3, and then just continue to do my massage therapy practice. Yeah.
I'm thinking about it like lifestyle design, like being able to just like the misery of a commute is worth its weight in gold. Like, if you could weigh the misery of a daily commute in physical weight, like, what is it worth? Like,
It's
worth
huge
at
for
least $2
me
an hour.
because like one of the things that people always make fun of me is that I have this really small radius life. Like, I live here, I work next door at my massage office.
AI tells you that, yeah.
Yeah, the grocery store is a block away. I just really don't leave my neighborhood or drive my car very much at all. So this job would just fit perfectly into my life.
That's actually a major flex, because that could cut down on, like, you could get rid of your car.
Yes.
No, my partner won't let me do that because he says as soon as I get rid of it, then I'm going to be asking for rides everywhere, which is probably
put
true.
like 2,000 miles on my car a year.
Wow.
Yeah,
when I was working
don't.
like 5
There's a
5
service
minutes
now,
from work,
like,
7 during traffic.
where you can rent a car. They'll drive it to your house, drop it off, and you can like rent a car for the weekend, like if you wanted to do. So that's what I'm thinking about doing, is becoming a 0 car family myself.
Yeah. I've even looked into like don't go many places, but sometimes I have like medical appointments, and I've looked into like, oh, why don't I just take an Uber? Like, it's really rainy today. There's no tread on my tires. But then I look at it and it's like, well, $30 round trip. I don't really want to pay $30 to take an Uber.
Yeah,
If you
Overall,
compare
it might
that
be
to the
cheaper.
cost of like total cost of ownership of owning, like, starts to get real tempting.
well,
Yeah, even
If you
my-
strategize accordingly.
If you buy a new car, yeah, Uber is getting close. But if you buy used, I'm sorry, even with repairs, it's cheaper than the Uber per trip.
But then there's like insurance.
Yeah, I mean, my insurance is $50. That could cover the cost of 2 Uber trips a month, which I would, some months I don't even need to go anywhere. So,
Right.
But Russ wouldn't like it. He wants me to have a car because as soon as I don't have one, I'll be like, "Take me here, take me there." So
Yeah, my insurance is like 120 a year, and that's 3 trips on Uber here. So no, it's not gonna work.
No, for you.
how
No.
how is your insurance so low?
How is it so low? I just don't. I don't know why. It's probably just because I live near old people in Pennsylvania.
Huh. I don't.
That's why, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, that is
mine.
the single most determining factor outside of your record. But you said You said $20 a year.
120.
120 a year. So that's $10 a month.
Yeah.
God
That's
damn.
amazing. I don't know how you're getting that. Mine's 56, and I don't even drive my car. And
Yeah, mine's 40.
Oh,
I have no clue how much mine
Wait,
is.
maybe that was my house insurance. I need to double check.
Mine's 40. I have an old car. I have a perfectly clean record, technically. I've got a lot of converted parking tickets.
Converted parking tickets? What does that mean?
What do they convert into?
So whenever, like, I went through a speeding kind of thing when I first got my car. I mean, in general, I speed. I just don't agree with or obey the traffic laws. And then I became someone who didn't speed, is the more accurate way to put it. So back when I was getting caught speeding, I would just hire an attorney to, and so what the attorneys do when they negotiate those things is they go into a side room of the side of the court, and they sit with the prosecutor, and then they negotiate fines for like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of speeding tickets at once, right? So like he'd be like, here's like 20 or 30 of my clients that have very unserious speeding infractions, right? And the prosecutor will be like, okay, we'll knock all those down to parking fines, right? And then I pay the attorney, $70, and then I pay the city $70, and it's still less than the speeding ticket would be, and I don't have any points on my license.
I have never gotten a speeding ticket.
Well done.
That sounds really inconvenient.
I think I've had 2, and one time I almost got in. It could have been worse. The officer was so nice, but I was like having this rage. I was like really, really having an attitude, and he was trying to give me a ticket and like asked me, "Why are you in such a hurry?" And I was like, "Because I have to fucking pee." I was driving really fast because I needed to pee. And I just had this like rage, and he was so compassionate with me. It could have been bad, but
Yeah, so double
that
check.
never happens to me.
I'm paying exactly 73.52 every 6 months. So
God damn.
So is this what it's like on here every time?
Yes.
Well, sometimes you get a very annoying guy that takes up all the air, but most of the time, yes.
Don't say his name.
Don't summon him. Don't
You'll
say his name
summon
3
him.
times. Yeah, sometimes we get energy DOMs that don't let other people talk. I don't know.
yeah. So I finished my scarf, and I really love it. And now I'm finishing today this sweater. I put a sleeve on yesterday, and now I'm putting the other sleeve on. So it's
I always see.
Perfect in time for the summer.
Well, no, you have to.
Yeah, I know.
This took me 3 weeks to make. I got to plan ahead for fall. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Fall's going to happen really, really soon, sooner than you think.
Man, imagine having Save Your Sleep, actually preparing ahead for things. I need like 1% of that.
Yeah.
I always see you making crochet, and I always see you wearing t-shirts.
Oh, well, okay. So where I live here is 410 square feet, and I basically live in a kitchen. So everything in this building smells like onions and bacon grease, and there's like grease on everything because it's such a small space, even though we have a vent above the oven. And so I make stuff like this over here, but then I wash it and I never wear it inside this building. I, wash it and take really good care of it and only wear it at my office or going out. So, yeah.
It smells great.
Yeah, it gets old. I am so tired of living in a kitchen.
Maybe you can bake more things to make it smell better.
Yeah, I usually tell chicks that I smell like onions and bacon grease when I'm flirting with them.
Yeah,
that's a good strategy. That works.
It is a good smell, I guess, until it gets, rancid. And yeah, living with it.
It beats living in the bathroom, I guess. Sleeping in the tub.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just a few paces from my bed, the bathroom, so.
What kind of structure is it? Is it a tiny home or a mobile home or?
No, it used to be a garage or a workshop, and Russ just converted it into a house. So it's square. It's pretty square. And yeah, we have a king size bed in here, but it's you have to go up a ladder to get into it, and there's nice tiles that are easy to clean, and like French doors. There's like 2 doors in here. So I would guess I'd call it a garden cottage. I don't know what qualifies as a tiny home in terms of square footage, but yeah, I guess this would. Yeah.
So King Tom,
Yes.
what do you decree? What's your declaration?
I hereby decree. I got nothing.
All right.
Come on, give me that crown. I could do better than that.
All right. What do you decree, King Denizen? No.
My first decree is that the buy one get one Whopper is not just on Tuesdays.
There's a BOGO Whopper on Tuesdays?
Yes.
Oh, you can go
2 for
bigger
Tuesday.
than that. You can go bigger than that. No more Taco Tuesday. Every day's Taco Day. How about that?
There's no tacos at Burger King.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
your Taco Bell.
If you're the king, you can
Owned by
decree
the
it.
same company, I think. Yeah.
I guess you could introduce tacos to Burger King, but
If you're the king.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
So I
Bell-
had breakfast at
same
Taco
company as
Bell
Burger
one
King.
time. I don't know why it sounded like the most disgusting thing imaginable, but then it hit me. Wait, breakfast burrito? What?
yeah.
It was tolerable, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't really like eggs, so fast food breakfast doesn't do it for me. But if you like eggs, then a breakfast burrito is the way to go. And they have
like
pico de
food.
gallo.
Yes.
I love food. They have
But
pico de
does food
gallo
love you?
at
Is it mutual?
no. No, food makes me poop.
Yeah, I have better Mexican places near me than Taco Bell. Even though I have a Taco Bell too, but Taco Bell opens 2 to 3 hours earlier than those places. So if I
I end up having to make my own generally because I don't like eggs, so
I thought you don't
You
eat
can- I
breakfast
can-
anyways.
I like breakfast burritos for dinner.
But without eggs, then what's in it?
Papas, chorizo, cheese, bacon, and yeah, like some kind of salsa. So whether it just be
So it's
pico
just a
de
burrito
gallo
then. It's
or-
not even a breakfast burrito.
Well, I think the potatoes and the bacon would make it breakfast. You don't really put those.
You can eat
in-
breakfast for lunch. I mean, bacon for lunch and dinner.
You could, but you wouldn't put it in a burrito.
True. I would like a BLT flavored taco. I bet that would be good.
Yes, that sounds great.
You ever have a tomato sandwich? It's just tomato, mayo, toast,
Yes.
salt,
Yes, I have.
plenty of salt.
Tomatoes
Yeah,
and
we
mayo go well
have
together.
we have a greenhouse and it's all tomatoes right now. So I've been eating lots of tomatoes, but I kind of like just eating the tomato. It's just such a good snack. Doesn't really need to be dressed up.
Agree to disagree.
Well, I have been making a lot of, with like onions and feta and tomatoes, and we have fresh basil out there too.
Oh
and,
yeah, fresh basil.
Yeah.
You
We have a
really should
locust come and
season
eat
your
all of our fresh
tomatoes.
basil.
Yeah, you could put a little salt on it.
The locust? I'm not John, the baptizer. You ate locusts and honey from the Bible.
Yeah, I would eat locust. I have eaten locusts before.
I heard they taste like strawberries.
Yes, a little bit.
I have not heard that.
Imagine strawberries, but they're deep fried because I deep fried them, and actually more buggy than that.
I mean, I'll try it.
They're expensive though.
I won't.
You think ram's expensive? Fried getting like crickets.
Forget it. I'm not paying extra for locust.
I like how that's the comparison now. Ram. You think ram's expensive?
Dodge Ram or sheep Ram?
Either.
No, DDR.
Well, all three of them are pretty expensive.
Inflated.
If anything, it's cheap ram's cheapest.
Bah.
So
Yeah,
how have
but
you
dealing-
been, Denizen? It's been a while. How's the panelverse going for you?
Been dealing with an ear infection, so I haven't been doing a lot of paneling. And my
Have you solved things with Taylor?
I guess the last time we spoke, yeah, so literally the next day he was like, "Oh, I wasn't serious. You take me seriously too much." I was, yeah, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
So you were right. He just didn't want to lose the argument, so he kicked you off.
I don't even remember what I said at the time. I just remember I was calling out the striped one, and I said bad words, you know.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yes, you caught him trafficking Epstein Islanders because you did that sting operation, and instead of reporting the Epstein Islander that threatened your daughter, he was trafficking them like he was an underground railroad operator.
Yep.
Tom, do you know anything about the panelverse? Do you know what panelverse is?
I have no idea what the hell you people are talking about.
It's the
That's
world
a good
that
thing.
Denizen come from, yeah.
So I'll tell you what it is. So you operate a social media platform. So there's another one called StreamYard, but it parasites off of YouTube, and gets people who go to StreamYard and similar software. It's called the Panelverse for some reason. It's all weird.
No, there's like panels like this that are open and people join them, and people try to grift and make money that way, which is not what we do here.
Speaking of which, I'd like you to buy my book.
That
I'm
looks
accepting
like
donations for my monitor.
Tom, is that book called The Emperor's New Clothes?
No, but if you yeah, maybe.
All right.
I got nothing.
Yes, so Tom, you said earlier that you usually get jobs by your friends from other jobs telling you, "Hey, come work here." That's never happened to me, so I'm almost done with get jobs in general.
Really?
But I do need money still, so I'm probably just gonna try to learn my tools better and start a business instead.
That's how I got every job I got.
No, I
Was like
then I had to deal with bullshit and horse shit and cleaning up after other people. And it's very annoying.
I was surprised though. Like the last time I looked for a job, I had a friend in California who had a friend in Vegas, and then I used him as like a friend, right? Like a friend of a friend to get in, and it worked. Junior systems administrator, $22 an hour. And then, but I applied at the MGM for Microsoft Exchange admin, $22 an hour, and I got it. I was surprised. Like, I got interviewed by the corporate process, and they liked me, and actually offered me the job. In retrospect, I chose the junior sysadmin because I hate corporations. I wanted something more. It was family owned, and he gave me a good spiel about work-life balance, and I wanted to make friends at work, and also there was more responsibility, so it seemed like I wouldn't be bored just making email accounts all day. In retrospect, I would have taken the MGM job. I probably would have got promoted a lot faster there and ended up running like at least sections of the entire department and had way more responsibility.
You would have become a corporate guy. You would have become the thing you hate. Yeah.
You've probably been making like twice as much money.
Yeah, I'm neutral in corporations, but unfortunately they promote too much bullshit and horseshit because the old rules to prevent them from being anti-competitive haven't been enforced for quite some while, the antitrust rules. And just we summarize for the new people, I call bullshit things people believe but they know it's false. Yeah, bullshit people believe they know it's false, and horseshit people believe that's happened to be false, but they believe it anyways. So they don't know it's false, but it is false, but they believe it.
Look at you pulling out your definitions, Hank.
Yeah, that's why people don't bother debating, because I usually lock them in by the time I just do the definitions, then they're just stuck agreeing with me.
There's so many regulations now. The innovation seems to be at the regulatory level.
Tom, have you ever seen Hank's definitions?
I do not believe that I have.
Well, the first one is always the definition of definition. Yeah, the first one's always the definition of definition.
Yeah,
well, you don't want defined to be undefined. Then what are you going to do?
That's right.
Exactly.
But how defined is defined? Like, how do you define?
You're asking him
you're
asking
literally by defining it.
Yeah.
Not the method by which you define. I mean the actual definition of define.
It's a definition.
So you usually point after the process of define. You point to a thing, and it's a hash table, as some might say. So you get a token, and you map it to an object.
So it's like a label or a
yes.
That's not what a definition is.
Well,
but if you define it that way,
that's how I use them.
That's you define it that way. I guess it is a definition. That is the definition of definition.
My definition of definition is that each individual is free to define their own definitions of what definition is.
How dare you?
Which is
it
makes communication difficult, but I recognize the reality that people are the way they are, and I can't stop that.
I take back you being cool.
Why
that shirt sucks.
I'll bestow coolness to him. I'll bestow him. Denson doesn't think you're cool. I think you're cool.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's a relativistic thing. If you're as cool as Denizen is, everyone's not cool. Like, obviously. But
I think if Denizen thought I was cool, it would mean that I'm not. It's like a vote against. So him thinking I'm uncool means that I am.
A negative indicator.
That does seem like some kind of underhanded insult, which I will say is not cool.
Oh, it was overhand.
Yeah, it didn't seem very subtle to me.
It was playful banter, but I'm a number 1, so I'm not good at that. So.
You're a life path number 1?
Hank, is that bullshit according to your definition?
So am I.
Is it bullshit?
There could be only one.
Yes, but some bullshit's useful.
I must destroy you and then absorb your powers.
Yeah, but
come at me, bro.
But some people don't understand. Yeah, but some people don't get is that some bullshit's useful. So I'm not advocating for getting rid of all bullshit, but I do advocate for identifying all horseshit.
Identify horseshit, but don't eliminate bullshit.
Yes.
It's good to identify it, then you can use it intentionally. For example,
yeah, like to pick up chicks.
To grit the path. Or, I don't know, farming?
That's why I know astrology.
Yep.
So what's going on in the panelverse, Hank? Did you go and meet with your old friend?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Pony Boy. I talked to him. Steven.
Yeah.
I talked to him.
Steven?
I talked to most of them.
Here, like he literally has the first definition as definition. You see that?
Yeah.
See that, Tom?
Yeah, I may have a debate coming up soon, so I'm going to have to finish this and probably put a website for it so I can get debates on this faster. Or no one debunk
Exists to have a location.
I would say the answer to that question is sure, you can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody going to be able to stop you.
Exactly.
Abstract entity has to have more than one location. What if it just doesn't have a location?
Then it doesn't exist.
But it's still an abstract entity then.
No, it can't be anything at all.
Like, what about a ghost? That's an abstract entity.
Well, there's a band. There's what's it called? Oh, shock show host. There's a group of creatures.
So an abstract entity is like a quantum particle superposition?
Yeah. Or
Okay.
just I think that exists in more than one location, like what was something 7-Eleven. So there's more than one 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven is an abstract entity. I got you.
Yeah, but there's specific 7-Elevens.
So that would be like a class versus an instance.
I'd say it's general.
Yes.
7-Eleven is a general entity, not an abstract entity.
I didn't define that, so.
Oh, okay. All right. So then we can't use it if it's not defined.
Well, I didn't define. You can define it, but I use abstract entity for those things.
So do you have a shared standard of definitions, or is this unique?
So here's the thing. I'm kind of libertarian on definitions like you are, so I want to at least
Like you are?
know. Yeah. So I want to at least know what I'm saying. So if someone if someone else disagrees with me, well, they'll be obligated to present their own definitions, and we can fight for which one's the best one.
So
I guess we have
any
different
admiration
definitions of obligated.
Hank, if you have any admiration for anything, then you are worshiping a god?
Yep.
That's how it works? Okay. According to his definition.
Yeah, according to the definition of God and worship.
Yes.
Well, how do you define worship?
There, right there. It's on the page. Why can't you read
Yeah.
it?
Oh, it wasn't alphabetical. Sorry.
Yeah. I didn't make it alphabetical. I did by just context.
Well, how do you define reverence and dedication?
It's anthropology's job. I had to outsource some of it. You can analog by trying to count, I guess, references in an anthropological record, but it's anthropology's job to figure out what's worship.
See, Hank can win any argument just by creating the right definitions beforehand.
Correct. That's like 90% of his strategy.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you suppose is the etymology of the word entomology?
I don't know. Dennis, and you're smarter than me. Do you know?
I mean, I'm sure there's an answer to that
Yes.
question.
If two separate tribes of ants are attacking one another, are they antagonistic?
No.
How come you guys started it early?
So,
Hank.
I thought Binyamin was off this week, and Tom showed up. So I said, okay, we better start it now so we get it going.
Nice.
Yeah, Ben sent me the link, and then I immediately clicked it, not knowing what it was or what I was expected to do when I got here, and I've been winging it ever since.
Yeah, that's what we were all doing.
There's no such word as entomology.
Not yet.
He's still
yet.
Stuck on that.
I think entomology is specifically a sub class of entomology that is very specific to a specific kind of non-flying wasp.
No, you just made that up.
Everything is made up.
See, bullshit is useful.
Yeah, but you just made it up.
What's wrong with that?
Prove it.
Who said it was wrong?
I can neither confirm nor deny the fact that I just made that up.
I don't need you to confirm or deny it.
I've heard him use that exact joke 3 times, so.
Hey, so somebody just made it up. But did they just make it up, or did they just make it up? Just meaning that's just what they did, or they did it just now? Because just could mean either of those two things, or both.
Ants have been studied for a pretty long time, so ironically enough, they have Greek origins.
What are you talking about? Ants
not even Old French.
Ants aren't real. They were all inserted into the history books.
No, they're all from Greece.
No, it's retroactive.
That's actually where I found my ants in my house. They were around the Greece.
They're trying to make us believe that they're real, but so that we don't notice they're just spying on us. They're like robots.
Oh man, if we have that technology. Whew.
What do we have here? Do we know this person? Rebuke and reprove.
Actually, yeah, I met them.
All right.
But they're still in the chat, so. But
have you seen your buddy Jack this week?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you tell him about our live stream last week? How we spent the whole one bashing him?
No need. Because there's plenty of people bashing him harder at the time. There's no need to tell him.
All right.
He's already pretty distracted.
Okay. I mean, he's low-hanging fruit. He's a very unstable EJ. It's very easy.
My ears are burning.
Yeah, I'm a far more stable EJ, so
You're not an EJ, Hank.
I'm still offended over entomology.
Yeah, you think I'm an IJ. the thing, Binyamin, is the last time I did a MBTI test, I tested EJ, and I was always borderline. Every time I test, I was borderline.
That's right. The sensory proof proves you're an EJ, so you're an EJ. Fine.
My MBTI test always comes up INTP.
That makes sense.
Hey, yo, what up, homie?
Yeah, so...
But he's not an INTP.
It's debatable. It depends on the system you're using.
Exactly. It does depend on the system.
If you're using a system that's based on logic and reason and reality, then definitely not. But if you're using MBTI, then absolutely I am.
If you're using a test that says what you are, and you're trusting the test, then yes, you're an INTP.
Yeah. But the problem with logic and reason is that it can't keep a marriage together, so I won't use those systems.
It can't keep a marriage together? That's the problem with it?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I agree. It probably can't.
You know what's funny is like, whenever...
Somebody tell Russ. Less logic. Sorry, what were you saying, Denizen?
Whenever I take the test while I'm employed, I get INTJ. And whenever I take it, like, if I've been unemployed long enough, I get INTP.
So you become more responsible when you're employed?
Yes. Yeah. More competitive.
Makes sense. But your personality doesn't change, just the test results do.
Interesting. It's like I prioritize certain things to change the test outcome.
Because the test isn't really testing for cognition.
It tests your preferences.
Exactly.
Right.
It's testing your preferences, where you place your value.
Interesting.
And that's why
that's like a real-time demonstration of that.
Well, I got double observing
Was that a
with
bird?
masculine
Did
NI.
I just see a bird fly by?
Which creates fake NE. And I'm totally an introvert, right? So
yes, of course you're an
boom,
introvert.
TI. Solved it.
Does
you're literally
have
dancing
birds?
with a king's crown on your head.
Yeah, but they didn't have live streaming in the 90s, so...
They didn't have live streaming for you in the 90s.
You're
Did
muted.
they have it for you, Hank?
It depends on your definition of they.
Mic check. Who's muted?
Watermelon,
Annie was.
watermelon.
Yeah,
I
what
thought
are
I
you
saw
saying
a bird
about
in her house.
Probably
Like-
not. We have a lot of flies. Some of them are pretty big. Oh, there's a fly on the top of my laptop. He probably flew close to the camera or something, maybe.
But yeah, I'm done with jobs because I end up having to clean up after other people too much. I never get invited to other jobs. In fact, the school I went to get my degree doesn't even exist anymore. So it's probably they were bad.
Yeah, I can't imagine having to rely on a job. If I were you, I'd save as much money as I could and make it so that you can live off of investments.
Well, the boomers already burned that bridge. I'm going to create new assets so I can sell them off.
Just hoard your money. Just live like really minimalistic. Work over right now while you're young. Work way too much, and then in the second half of your life, you can literally just like get a money market account, and live off the interest.
Grandpa Denizen is telling you while you're young. He's giving us some sage advice.
Yeah.
Denizen's a boomer.
If I could go back and do it again, I'd retire in my 20s.
Instead, you retired when you're 25.
I mean, as long as we're having time travel, I'm just going to go back in time and, buy a lot of Apple stock.
Before you were born.
No, I can't time travel. I'd just be young again.
I'll do better now. I'll work for Apple and just get the stock that way.
I mean, I guess.
What job would you do for Apple, Hank? You're a Linux guy. I don't understand what you would be doing close to Apple.
You don't want to own stocks. You want to own stock options.
That's just more levels of indirection.
I mean, not for Apple. Not if you go back 20 years and buy Apple calls.
So if I go there early enough, Linux won't even exist yet.
You can own an island.
Yes, Linux won't even exist yet, but I know all the features it would need, so I could just work on those.
Oh, you could create Linux, Hank.
No, it would be something completely different because my name's not Linux.
Forget that. Just take the whole Git repo, take it back in time, and they can continue back from there.
Freaking Time Squad will just shoot me down as soon as they do it. I may do it anyways. But I won't let them know.
See, now Linux and OS are kind of very similar in that they're both customized kernels, hybrids based on Unix and something else, right?
It's more complicated than that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, but it's Unix and GNU, and both of them have at least one distribution that's registered under the open group as Unix.
Hank, you'd go back to ancient Rome and be Hanko Flamius and stab Caesar.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Because then you could call yourself Hanko Flamius.
No, but Hank's a troll. He would go back and steal all the knives. So when they went to stab Caesar, they'd be holding spoons or something.
Yeah, I probably would do that. For Discordia, of course.
I'd go back in time and invent the Caesar salad before Rome, and then call it the Tom salad.
Would anybody eat it if it were the Tom salad?
We'll find out.
No.
Do you know why it's called the Caesar salad?
Because Caesar killed Tom and he called it after himself.
It's because of the hotel called Caesar's.
Yeah.
That's where they invented it.
I think that's right next door to the Cobb Hotel.
Yeah.
What was July called?
No,
before
Cobb
Julian?
was actually a farmer. That was his real name. He invented that
No,
salad.
you're thinking of corn on the.
Negative.
No.
Somebody sent this guy a video on entomology. It's the study of women who marry your uncles.
Yes. So, as we were saying, most jobs don't really pay your money now. So working really hard at a job would just
jobs don't pay you money.
They're really bad. It's really hard to make money with a job.
Inflation's so bad, the minimum wage is now negative. You got to pay them to show up.
Yes, pretty much.
Actually, working hard was a bad way to put it. Working hard doesn't get you any more money. You just want to use most of your time earning, right? And so, like, most people work so that they can live it up on the weekend. But if you're smart, you use your youth to bank, and then you can live. Your weekend will last, the last 60 years of your life.
Yeah, so I got lucky, so I could still pay my bills because no one, with my cryptocurrency speculation, but no one to this day can tell me what you do when you lucked out. So I took fewer risks than other people, but I think I may have taken too few risks, so I don't have as much margin as I need to.
Yeah, that's the other thing too when you're young, especially if your parents are still alive. That's when you want to do stupid shit and take risks. Like, it sucks when if you're smart, you're like, in your 20s, you're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. That's too risky. But that's when you need to fuck up and fail, because that's when the windfalls come. And you can get back on your feet a lot easier and rehabilitate a lot easier and transition a lot easier. When you get old, physically and mentally, the opportunities are not available.
You can also ruin a bigger portion of your life if you get disabled earlier.
Yeah, don't do that kind of shit. Economic risk. Don't jump off of bridges.
Don't get disabled. Brought to you by
Don't get disabled.
StreamYard.
If you get disabled, do it later in life, not earlier.
Yeah, no, economic risk, trying out a new field that is you have no skill set in because it offers you an opportunity to live somewhere that you want, or to double your salary, or to expand your resume. Those kind of big leaps. Telling your boss to get fucked when you disagree with something he says, or he's not compensating you correctly, rather than holding onto the job for stability. You don't have to be as stable if you're young and.
You gotta be careful how you phrase that, because they might think you're harassing him.
That's okay.
Harassing who?
It's okay to harass your boss on your last day.
That's the rule, yeah. I heard that.
I think they pronounce it Harris now, because pronouncing it the other way is
He liked that one. He didn't like the ant one, but that one he liked.
Yeah, I said that at work one time. HR did not like my joke at all.
No, because ants are ancient.
They don't like any
yeah,
jokes
Kamala
at all
harassment.
Yeah, they don't like any jokes at all if you don't have the right title. So if you were like an executive or a senior, whatever, all your jokes are funny, but otherwise they're not.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing
Money
too.
and power,
Is like,
baby.
ask for titles. A lot of companies will just give them to you.
Yeah, I have a funny story about that. There was a guy that I worked with at Facebook back in the day, and you could just go in and just change your title to whatever you want. And he did. He changed it to something random like Grand Poobah of Tech or something like that. And then later on, he left the company. He was getting hired for a new job. They did a background check, and it came back of like, no, senior software engineer. No, that was not your title when you were there. It was Grand Poobah of Awesomeness or something like that. And it just like really was inconvenient later on in his life. So let that be a lesson to you, youngsters watching this.
Yeah, if you
live
make up your
stream.
title, make sure you make up a good one.
Exactly. Grand Poobah
Yeah.
of Awesomeness, maybe not that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I did acting CTO. That was that's what I added to my signature when I was doing purchasing.
Would you get
'Cause there
fired
wasn't-
for acting as the CTO?
No, I asked the IT director if I could. There
What
was
your
no
position?
CTO.
Acting as CTO?
My position, other than acting as the CTO, was senior Windows systems administrator and senior network administrator. And then later at that same job, I was both those things at the same time as being the help desk manager.
What did the director do then?
He just coordinated all of the everything in the IT department.
So he did nothing.
No, I mean, he had a cushy job, but I learned a lot from him, and our department was fucking awesome, you know. So no small part, and due to him and his, he filled the department too, right? So he was the major talent
He coordinated good
recruiter. And he picked me. That was great. That was a great fucking decision right there. So
Yeah.
All right, that is
right there
very-
alone, he earned his salary just picking me.
Yeah, he's an eternal recruiter. So that actually very useful. More companies should have internal recruitment that could actually find talent and hire them. But yeah, my jobs were sucky, and right now, the inflation's so bad, I'm slowly losing money, rather than gaining it. So what I need to do now is just master a couple of tools. I'm thinking.
What's your dream job, Hank?
I don't dream of working.
Unemployment. Good answer. My man.
I yearn for the mines.
Yeah. So I don't dream of working, but I want to master like 2 or 3 tools. So archiving. So just the tar, the PGP.
Yeah, but you would archive anyways, even if you didn't get paid for it.
What kind of archiving?
He told you, tar.
Restic. So
PGP.
Restic.
Yeah, but what is in them?
That's not my
stuff.
problem.
List file formats.
That's not my problem. I'm gonna actually make that not my problem.
So you're just gonna compress files. This is your dream.
No. It's something everyone needs eventually, and not everyone even understands how to do it.
You know what? They also eventually need diapers.
But I'm not
Everybody.
in China. I can't make diapers. I don't have the tools.
That's true.
It depends on the level of diaper we're talking about.
It depends.
Maybe any.
Nice.
I don't have the tools. I can't make diapers. I can't make RAM. I can't make processors. I don't have the tools.
Sure, you can. Have you tried?
Yes.
He could say that something's a processor and bullshit.
I have actually looked into making my own processors. It is non-trivial. Excessively non-trivial. Yeah. I met a guy that worked at IBM in their chip fab and talking to him all about it. It was very interesting. He retired 20-something years ago, so it was like older tech, not all the high, purple laser light shenanigans.
Yeah,
Yeah, the printing
the
and
$2
the
billion
etching and the
machine.
transistors is the only thing that's changed, really. We still use the
right.
same fundamental processes, which is kind of meh.
Not the $2 billion machines.
The ultraviolet lithography is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have plenty of breadboards. I'm just not really good at that. So.
Oh yeah, making a processor and a breadboard, that would be good.
Well, how would you make one?
Probably back to silicone, yeah.
It's already tested.
In a lab?
With?
Breadboard.
With a breadboard.
I prefer cracker board.
You'd put it into a testing motherboard, yeah.
Yeah, you do have a breadboard. Then you get the motherboard once you got enough to fab it. Then Pico 8. PC game still hot. It's hot all the way through recessions. So I need to learn how to make games.
I like Switch. Splatoon, best game.
Hank is holding in his disdain.
Release your disdain.
I don't have any disdain. I just don't know what that is. I know what a Nintendo Switch is. I don't know what that game is. Right now, I think the best game is Survivals of Ether 1.
Never heard of it.
Oh, okay.
You probably haven't heard of any of his top 10 games.
Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah, I actually only got Steam a month ago, so.
Yeah, Hank's retro as fuck.
Yeah. His favorite games are all on Pico 8, which probably most people haven't played. Yeah.
I didn't know.
It's like the Raspberry Pi of gaming.
Yeah. It's better than Raspberry Pi because their operating system.
Yeah, come on, Denison. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. The Raspberry Pi series operating systems are garbage. Because you had to go in interactive mode just to do anything. So yeah, just to get it so you can do it headless, which is stupid. They used to configure it so you could just operate headless, but now you had to go interactive mode just so you can configure it to be headless. It's stupid.
So what's your favorite Linux distro?
Right now I run Fedora 44.
It's what?
Fedora 44 is the one I use right now for my desktop.
Red Hat.
I like Omarchy, the Arch Linux and Wayland distribution by DHH.
Mm-hmm.
So do you like just being difficult for being difficult's sake?
That's not difficult. I mean, it's just...
No, I like the windowing environment, keyboard shortcuts and stuff.
Yeah.
What GUI comes with that?
Wayland. It's got the tiling window manager.
Is that like proprietary for Arch?
No.
So why do you like Arch?
Wayland's a compositor, it's not the
just because it comes native with it?
Wayland's a compositor, not the window manager. What's a window manager?
Yeah, Hyperland.
Hyperland, yes.
Yeah.
That is a window manager, and I know what that is.
I get my SI confused.
Yeah.
I just throw S around like it doesn't matter.
My favorite one is Ubuntu.
I like Ubuntu because if I need to know how to do anything, there's going to be an abundance of documentation how to.
Yeah.
Like everybody uses it, so every problem and every bug has been run into 50 times in 80 different ways. So yeah, I used Ubuntu a lot in my production environment.
You ever use MixOS?
Yes, I tried.
Yeah, it sounds very familiar.
Cool for servers. It's kind of a pain in the butt for a pet computer, but for cattle, very useful.
Yeah, because so once you get the configuration right, you could just cascade it over. But
I started using SUSE on my personal machine though. It's what was bundled with Vici Dial, and I became a a VHDL backend administrator toward the end of that fucking Uber job that I had when I had 3 other positions, including CPO.
Lately, I've been mostly rocking Mac OS, unfortunately.
Well, they have a good processing unit. So I know with the newer Macs, they got so that the graphic memory and the system memory is the same pool
So there
memory.
it is.
Unified memory is very handy, but it's mostly for like iOS development. You can't really easily do that.
Mac OS is how I got my job. They were using a mini Mac server as a domain controller, and so
painful.
that kept breaking the trust relationship
Yikes.
with the clients that were on XP, and it would throw a particular DNS error, and it was so common that when I saw like a bunch of nerds, I answered the phone for a living at this company, and the nerds were like looking at the screen and on the phone calling a friend, trying to get help because they couldn't figure it out. And I saw the error message on the screen as I was walking by to go to my lunch. I just glanced at it and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's easy. You're probably using a Mac as a server, aren't you? What you want to do is just go in here and update the DNS to this, and then change this to that, and then do a reboot, and then that'll fix your problem." And then I walked away, and the dude came up to me later and offered me a job.
It's always freaking DNS, I swear.
Have you been to isitdns.com?
I never got.
He saw it.
I've never in my life been offered a job I never formally applied for. I'm just probably just dumb or worthless or dog meat. I don't know.
So the government of Ontario used to have their own operating system and computer platform, and all of us students in Ontario had to use it, and it was really bad.
Nice.
Unisys Icon. Yeah, Unisys Icon.
Yeah, I've heard of Unisys.
Yeah. Had these trackballs like this. Like, they didn't have a mouse because kids would ruin the mouse, so it was like plugged into the computer. You have to like roll it.
Is Icon the specific part to Ontario?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Nicknamed the Bionic Beaver. Okay. The Icon was a Canadian computer funded by Ontario government. Yeah. Used in schools, province-wide. Yeah.
We had a turtle, they called it, when I was in school.
My first computer was a Seiko. I tried looking up to find out what the heck was that recently, and I could not find it on the interwebs. The old
my first computer was a Tandy
green screen monitor. And then I got myself an 8088.
A TI?
Amber screen. Hell yeah. Played the old Infocom games, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Zork.
My mom had a TI 8080.
8086 was a 386, right? If I remember right?
8086 is a type of CPU, yeah.
It was a 386?
Well, there was a 286, a 386, a 486. They all ran on the 8086 platform, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, the 8088 was before the 286.
I was thinking of the 88, which was a model number for a Texas Instruments computer gaming console.
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've had the 8088. And then I got a color screen. We skipped to the 386. Hell yeah. Then I was doing a lot of dial-up bulletin board screens in ANSI
Oh,
Art.
yeah.
I was Agent 42 of the creators of Intense Art group.
I remember when I got my 486 DX.
Oh,
and I was like,
when it first came out, that was like,
yeah,
legend.
I was a pimp. And then my mom got a Gateway with a 686 in it, and I was like, what the fuck?
All those plebs with the 386, you got your 486 there, this beast.
My mom always had to outdo me and have the better system.
Right.
Anybody remember the turbo button?
Oh man,
yeah.
you push that button in your computer, didn't do anything different. It's just a button to make it feel like it worked better.
The light went on.
Yeah, the light went on, and it made more noise, but it did everything the same.
I actually recently heard a thing of like why the turbo button existed, because games didn't have clocks. They just ran as fast as they possibly could, and they ran at the speed of the CPU. But then later on, once computers got faster, those games ran way too dang fast, and so they invented the turbo button because a slowness button seemed like a stupid idea that nobody would want, so they invented the turbo button that if you turned off turbo, then the old games would run at normal speed.
There you go.
But it was a very niche problem.
Yeah. Before they used hardware timers, yeah, they just ran off the CPU clocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, just run as fast as you can.
Can you imagine those game designers like, yeah, we just run it off the CPU clocks. This is the fastest computers are ever going to get, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really think that through. I remember back in the day, back in 2013-ish, we were talking about, engineering the React.js framework, and talking about React Native and how we were going to architect it, and like this feels unnecessarily expensive to be doing all of this bookkeeping and all of this, and just like you can rely on the fact that hardware will get better. It'll be okay. It doesn't have to be perfect today. And I was thinking like of this needs to ship today to, the complete set of
Right.
common devices that were popular in 2013. And here we are in 2016, 2026 rather. It's been much longer than that. And sure enough, hardware got faster, but then they just made the software that much worse, that much slower, and now everything still runs like crap.
And now we've crossed the threshold of like where there's even gonna like commercial softwares could be written by, it could be AI slop and Indian
could be,
slop,
or absolutely definitely is,
or will be. Yeah. Well, I hear in a couple of years
already.
You could actually run Crysis on full specs.
I would say always has been, but that's just my opinion.
You're not wrong.
That computer I designed for my Star Citizen movie can definitely run Crysis.
Yeah. No, everything can run now. Crysis now. Like,
not hot.
No, Crysis is still a fucking machine up, bro. It's crazy.
No, Crysis is still hard to run.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's Crysis?
First person shooter.
They call it Crysis because that's what it causes for your computer hardware.
When the game came out,
when you try to run it,
when are we going to be able to run this game? It's like this game is so advanced and graphically enhanced. It's just like 10 years, 20 years, maybe we'll be able to play it.
My boss made me design his
computers will get faster.
My boss made me design his computer, and that's how I tested it. I used Crysis in order to benchmark it. I ended up having to put 2 video cards in it. The case was huge. It weighed like 80 pounds, and I had to wheel it into his office like the case had wheels on it. It's probably the biggest computer I've ever made still to this day.
I don't remember the meme, but there was like a meme of like aliens coming to Earth and trying to run it and then being like, we need to go upgrade our computers.
We need more RAMs.
We need
and
more
now
maths.
VRAM is everything now. Like, it's not just Crysis now, it's also like, your internet buddy. Or your AI girlfriend.
This is what's so great about unified memory architectures.
Yep. It's very fast.
Hank doesn't
it
like
don't talk to the other things.
He doesn't like talking about computers.
Yeah, I actually checked my policy again. They're just trying to see me. So they have it. My next payment amount $73 for a month, but the full payment's $359. I hate when people just don't play games with the damn interface.
Are we talking about your car insurance, Hank?
Yeah,
That's how they get you.
Yeah, to play games with goddamn interface just being obvious, just being clear. It's stupid.
Well, maybe you remember your car insurance price from like 20 years ago.
I'm looking at it right freaking now.
No, I know, but when you first said the 120.
Yeah, I fell flat.
I'm confused. How much do you pay insurance now?
At least $5.
$385.
Yeah. But I would say
A year?
It's no, it's more. It's $359 for 6 months, not 73.
That's more dollars.
That is a lot more dollars.
At least twice as many.
Why did pay next pay amounts just a month when I'm paying on per 6 months? It's stupid.
Maybe you thought it was in shekels.
Do I need to just show the damn thing?
No,
Because
we're just joking, dude.
The joke sucks. The joke
My
sucks.
joke
It's not
sucks,
funny.
yeah.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm sorry.
I don't know what's happening.
It's observer freak out. It's okay.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
The policy, yes, that actually works.
You could
I
get
got car
an AI
insurance
agent
just to
to
move.
argue with your insurance company and try and get your money down.
Missing information.
But yeah, the things just just confuse and beguile you, because it said next payment amount, then they had the full payment amount, but I was assuming it was a 6 month thing because I just saw the overview instead of when in there. Because if it was honest, they say next payment amount will be that total, the big number, because I was on 6 months. 6 month plan, but they only say next payment for the next month. So it's just there to deceive you.
That's how they get you.
That is how they get you. I got credit card companies calling me and be like, hey, you want to join our credit card? And it sounds better. I'm just like, I just don't. It sounds like a great, yes, you're selling it very well. It sounds like a better upgrade to my credit card. All the numbers you're saying are better numbers. Why would I say no? I just feel like the answer is no.
Fuck you in the drive-through.
Yeah. I know the answer is no. It just doesn't sound like no is the right answer by what they're telling me.
Yeah, I don't trust anything anymore.
Yeah.
Better numbers are better numbers.
But there's always secret numbers.
Yeah, that's the point. There's secret numbers. There's like a...
I think that's part of the double observer thing, is I always know that I don't know, you know?
There is missing information. It's real.
It's true.
This company reached out to...
I know that there's missing information, but I don't know what it is.
And I'm okay with that.
Rumsfeld called those unknown unknowns.
Yeah, am I okay with... No, I'm not okay with that, because usually I get the downside of all this trickery, and I don't get the upside of people helping me get in the door somewhere. So I'm just coming in and cleaning up like the goddamn janitor all the time.
I'm just used to like having decider freakouts all day, every day. I'm just glad finally there's one thing that I'm not freaking out about. Ugh, there's got to be something, right?
Who was mean to you today, Tom?
Right? Somebody was mean to me. They unfairly singled me out and asked me to do something that was totally standard, but I shouldn't be expected to have to, etc.
Who made you feel stupid, Tom?
I can't tell you. See, it actually is making me like stressing me out. I'm just like, oh, that's so annoying. Stupid deciders.
Who didn't give you permission, Tom?
Somebody once told me the best thing ever. Like, who gave you permission to ask for permission? What? The old Uno reverse?
I mean, that if someone said that to me, I said I just say I did.
It's better to ask for forgiveness.
It's easy to say. It's hard to do when you're an EJ.
That's true. Yeah. What if one of your decisions has a negative repercussion on someone, Tom?
Gotta be a TP, bro.
Am I right?
It's a fear. Like, it could happen, you know?
It definitely will happen. It is guaranteed. Yeah. But which one? Which decision?
Yeah. Which one?
Or which
person?
Failed decision? Because, like, decisions get automatically made by waiting too long. Default decisions.
Sometimes not making a decision is the right decision, though.
Sometimes, but which times?
When everything is going smooth,
well, you have to decide.
You just don't touch it. You don't touch it, because touching it ruins it.
No, I've learned that it's the opposite of that. When everything seems to be going smooth, that's the calm before the storm, and that's when you need to be most on your toes.
Right, because then when you touch it, the storm comes, and you were right the whole time. There is a storm coming.
No, you have to balance the correct amount of touching. It has to be like a fondling.
That's what my wife said.
She's correct.
She's very wise.
Heavy petting, but groping, too far.
Are we eating pizza today?
Yeah, I thought it was really important to eat a pizza day since we won't be meeting for the next couple weeks at least. So this will be my last pizza
if you guys
for a
are
while.
doing it.
Now just keep doing it.
Yeah,
you know, I've never known Annie to eat a pizza.
I might jump on like for a bit. I don't know if I'll
I think this is the first time I've ever seen Annie eat a pizza.
Yeah.
In my sample size of 0, this is.
Yeah, no, I eat pizza every Tuesday when we have this show. Yeah. I might lose weight if I don't eat it for
by not coming here for a while, you cut out the pizza.
Yeah, also if I get one of these jobs I'm applying for, I don't know if I'll be able to come. Not sure.
Right.
What are you trying to get a job for?
Just a supplement to my massage therapy practice. So my my dream job, they aren't even necessarily hiring, but I just sent an email and a resume anyway. So that would be a busy clinic where they do ashiatsu, the barefoot massage, and that's what I like to do. So I, sent a feeler and attached resume just to see if they want someone to fill in. Another job that I have not applied for but might is spa massage, but that's like hands-on, and I know that it'll be really draining. So the one I'm most excited about is the one I applied for this morning, which is just laundry and house cleaning at a care home facility, and it's like walking distance.
Your real dream job is getting clients.
Yeah, getting clients.
Barefoot massage, like, is that like when you step on people?
Yeah, I have bars overhead. I mean, I'm not just stepping, I'm gliding. So I'm using a massage cream and sort of like my balance and doing all this acrobatic stuff to glide over the muscles with my feet.
Oh, yeah, that's the business.
Mm-hmm. And I love it. I really love it. It's just that business isn't consistent. There's ups and downs. Like there's good months and bad months. So I could use a job just to like even things out financially. Yeah.
I used to make my girlfriend do that to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really love it because I've been doing massage for 20 years and it's really hard on your body. But because I do barefoot, I can see myself being able to do this well into my 70s because it's just easier to use my feet and my body weight than like the other kind is just a lot of overuse for the hands. So you get like shoulder injuries and nerve issues. Yeah.
ironic. Like as you put your energy and power into relieving other people's physical ailments, you cause your own.
Yeah, and plus, if business isn't good, you can't afford a massage. I haven't had a massage in over 2 years, and I really need one. So if I get a part-time job, that's the first thing I'm going to do is 90-minute massage once a month for me, and try to take care of myself. Yeah.
Well, part-time's not bad.
Yeah,
How many
it'll.
hours?
Well, that's what I have to find out. I'm hoping for
shifts.
two 8-hour shifts, or
Oh, nice. That's
the other
reasonable.
alternative would be 3 6 hours. And the problem with 3 is just I still have to maintain my practice and like have availability to my clients. So I don't want to freak my clients out by going down from 7-day availability to 4 days a week, you know? So yeah, I'm hoping for 2 shifts.
How far are you away from Oregon, Tom?
I think 100%. I'm in Florida.
Yeah, it's really far.
100% of America.
Yeah.
You've never had a massage?
No,
Not
I mean,
even
not a
from a
professional
partner?
massage. I've had amateur massages where people just, come up behind you at a party or whatever and massage you against your will.
That sounds
Nightmare.
creepy.
That counts.
That sounds like Kamala harassment.
Yeah, I don't just walk up to people and massage them because it's like what I do for
greatly
work.
appreciate
And
that.
No, that's a
yeah.
has to be a very voluntary exchange of energy. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, it requires consent for sure.
Yeah, but if you can get a chick to walk on your back, it feels amazing.
Mm.
It is just, it's really up there. Like with bacon and pizza. All the way at the top of the list of good things. I carry a lot of stress and tension in my shoulders and my neck though, so I don't know if it'd be as enjoyable for everyone. Hank, you should commit to the goatee.
I mean, no, you don't even freaking turn your camera on. I'm not gonna commit to any kind of hairstyle for you.
Not
I'd like
for
to
me,
see one of
for
those
you.
curly mustaches that curls up at the corners. That would be cool.
Oh, you haven't seen the Lego guy?
I have one of those.
Have you been? You haven't followed that
Prove
Lego
it.
story?
Yeah, bricks and minifigs.
Yeah.
I have at least been on top of that kind of internet drama. I think it's the SF play in me. I need a certain amount of ludicrous, stupid drama in my life where I go stir crazy.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Because he's got that mustache,
If you're-
that guy.
Yes, we'll go. I'll pull him up. In fact, I will. In fact, I had.
He does it too much
Dr.
though.
Robotnik.
My twist is subtle.
You don't have to stay forever, Tom, but I saw you checking your watch.
No, just somebody texted me. But yeah, I
you're
appreciate
old,
the permission.
You definitely have permission.
See, that guy.
You have permission to stay.
Nobody gave me permission to ask for permission. How about that?
That's right. Nobody did.
God did.
Prove it.
Wait, that's new. Did Lego just pull the plug on bricks and minifigs?
They can't pull the plug. They're not the same company. They have no affiliation whatsoever.
Yeah, they probably can't pull the plug.
They can't.
They could stop them. They could get
just
issue a
clickbait.
cease and desist on using the their logos and things in their promotions.
Yeah, they could be. They could actually. I don't know because they could have a distributorship deal, and then they actually need permission to. I don't know how it works, but it's not technically a franchise, so I don't think Lego could stop them. But they could just not sell any more Legos to them. But they could. Somewhere else.
Bricks and minifigs is technically what Lego has in their boxes. But...
I can like if it goes on long enough, I can totally imagine Lego corporate legal wanting to distance themselves from the situation and
They already are,
engender goodwill in the culture.
Yeah, they have a licensing and commercial agreement. So the commercial
Apparently the guys-
agreement lets them buy new Legos at wholesale prices, and the licensing lets them
dang.
use the Lego trademark as an authorized Lego reseller.
Oh dang! If they lost
so
both
they,
of those, they'd be out of business.
yeah, it would hurt them.
Yeah, the problem is
They'd
they
have-
should have been out of business already.
I heard the guy's lawyer sued him.
Cool.
Wow,
To get sued by your own lawyer, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
that's crazy.
At the very least, if they're going to continue in business, they got to rename.
Yep. I would recommend it.
And he needs an aesthetic.
It was
change
dumb, though.
Stat.
Like
Don't call
the
yourself we steal from old people.
yeah, it's cool to be
Alright,
corrupt
joking.
and to steal from old people. It's kind of the American way, but you
Ah.
consult your lawyer first.
Right.
Then you lie. Don't go doing all your shit and then all of a sudden your lawyer finds out from Ben. You know, that's not how you want that shit to go down. That is not how you corruption. He
lawyer-
was not good at corruption.
Yeah.
You need to produce a book, How to Corrupt Correctly.
Yeah.
Those books exist. It's just called strategy books. Like
This is called business administration.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
like this book here. This was a good book. Wars
Have you
The
read
Art
that
of
book
War
yet?
is not applicable to naval war, unfortunately. It's
Have you
all
read that book, Hank?
land-based.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I actually reading
What's it
again.
about?
It's about
about
war and
strategy.
the art of it
It's about
by a
it's
guy
about-
named Sun Tzu,
yeah, it's
and
about
also
strategy.
dragons.
It's actually like a how-to manual on how to draw war,
Yeah.
how to paint war scenes. Oh shit,
war
Tom's
works.
rubbing
Okay, I gotta
off on
go.
me. Yeah, you gotta leave, Tom. This is too much. You're infecting me.
I mean, it's not like you're gonna damage anything. You're
It's the
retired.
same guy. Look at the Chad.
So, frozen pizza. What kind of frozen pizza are we talking about?
Well, this is the other kind. I usually get a cauliflower crust pizza that's just vegetarian, has like vegetables on it. But they didn't have that at my store, so this is a cottage cheese crust. It's the one I had before, and the first time I made it, it was too floppy.
It doesn't
So
look
this
floppy.
time I did it 5 degrees higher. I put it on the bottom rack and I cooked it 5 minutes longer than they said to cook it. And it's pretty good. Yeah. And I like it. It's just got a whole bunch of
Not too
different
dry?
kinds of cheese and it tastes like there's rosemary in it. Like it's infused with rosemary.
Yeah, rosemary is a very popular, common way to compensate for like lack of meat or wheat.
Yeah, I just don't really like meat on pizza or in spaghetti for some reason. Or lasagna. I just like those things to be vegetarian.
Neither is
Yeah,
Binyamin.
I was like that my whole life, and I'm the exact opposite. Now I like, I fry up hamburger, ground meat, and pour it in that with the grease and everything into my pasta now.
Mm.
Whereas before, I wouldn't even like meat that I didn't even really like meat, period. But even if I liked it, I definitely didn't want it in my pasta. Now I'm the opposite.
Mm.
What happened to Denizen? Where'd he go?
He's
He's
right
in front
there.
of you.
But he's
Are you on an
left.
iPhone?
No, he's
Tom
different. He keeps changing to be someone else.
Oh,
Oh.
maybe it's a caching issue. So
He,
sometimes
did, he
the
once
audio-
didn't want. He once didn't want to eat meat, and now he's eating meat. And then he once didn't want to be corporate, but then he was corporate, and now he's not corporate again. What's
Well,
going on,
I don't
dude?
know if it was a want. I just didn't like meat that much. Now I do.
Where do you keep going?
The grocery store?
Oh, okay.
Well, technically, I don't go to the grocery store anymore. I haven't been in the grocery store since Obama was president.
You order things. You're one of those guys that orders everything
That's a
to your
long time,
house.
dude.
Yeah, I get everything delivered. I haven't been to a mall since the Clinton era.
I actually like shopping at the grocery store.
Oh my God, no. The only good thing about grocery stores if you go to the really tutti frutti uh organic schmanic places, you can meet really hot chicks that are smart. Like Annie. I bet I would imagine Annie goes to those kind of stores.
You don't run into hot chicks anywhere. They're
I
out there.
used to, but um, those are kind of expensive for me now. I do go to one gourmet grocery store, but the best store with the hottest chicks here in our town is the gourmet grocery store that's in the University District.
Yeah.
You go there and it's just like hot people everywhere. Yeah. But I don't really worry about those kind of things anymore. Now that I'm almost 50. Don't think about it too much.
I'm almost 50 and I think about it nostalgically.
I do like it when I get a client that's really young, like say a young woman in their 20s. It's just it just amazes me, just like the youth, you know? Like
Yeah.
they smell good. Like everything about them is better. It's like when you get a new puppy or a baby and they just smell so good. They just smell like brand new. I love how healthy
Yeah,
young
fucking
people
hate
smell.
young people.
Well, they can be annoying, but it's amazing
No,
just
it's
the
just
feeling to me, their muscle tone and their skin tone. It's like just
yeah.
incredible.
It's like up until you're 30, your DNA doesn't even degrade. You know, if you're under 30, you're literally like, a brand new person every second. You know,
Mhm.
your DNA everything about you is still forming and becoming and alive to like the fullest extent anything on earth can be alive.
Now we're just death and decay.
Yeah,
We
and it's
passed
all
already.
downhill.
All
And
down.
arguably like the best part of life because youth is wasted on the young.
That's why your advice doesn't make sense then. As in, when you're young, you should save all your money and not do anything. So you can have 6 years of retirement when you're 50.
Exactly.
What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to be antagonistic.
Ha ha.
Aren't I antagonistic enough? What was my type again, Benjamin?
What was your type?
Yeah, what was the type again?
Why? So you can pretend like it's funny and laugh, but really feel pain and hurt? I'm not going to tell you.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. Usually, whatever type hits closest to home is your type.
It's never felt like a bad thing for me though.
What?
When it hits close to home.
Yeah.
Even some of my shadow, arguably that makes the parts that are really bad like harder to get to.
Yeah, r/ENTJ was the only subreddit that just gave me a temporary ban, so it's probably that one. It was only for like a week, but it's not a big.
I bet you never even joined the ISTJ one.
Of course not, because none of my tests told me I was a censor. Literally none of them.
Oh, none of them said you were a censor.
None
So
of them.
that means you must not be a censor if the test didn't tell you.
It's just highly unlikely that I am if no test ever told me.
Right. So there's no evidence for you being a censor, so you can't be a censor.
But there's not every test. So Eric from talking to famous people. So he couldn't tell me if I when he interviewed me, instead of trying to, he couldn't figure out between INTJ and ENTJ. I think he gave me 3 different types instead. So he gave me just INTJ, ENTJ, ESFP, I think, or was it?
He had a typing police on me way back in the day. He said it was an FI dom.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me.
He had a type police, but then I went on his channel and he typed me.
He got it right.
Kinda. I told him what my type was because like I knew what my type was from OPS, so I told him what it was, and he agreed. I guess I don't know if he got it on his own. But he's definitely got his own ideas of type and how it works, and his own definitions. He's really big on definitions too.
Yeah, otherwise you don't know what you're talking about.
Of course. And you
And
can
what
really
do you think what is his type, do you think?
He's ENTP. I think he's right about himself.
He's ENTP, absolutely he's ENTP.
Yeah. I wish he was something else and I can call him out because that's what he does to everybody. He's always doing type police and calling people out for not being their type.
Yeah.
I know. You know him? Have you seen him before?
I have, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not much lately, but
yeah, same.
He's pretty weird.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He I remember back when his girlfriend or his wife or whatever left him, and he was having like auctions online of who his next girlfriend was going to be on his channel, and he had just people applying for it. Yeah.
Wow.
And then he picked one. He picked one. One of them became his girlfriend from his channel.
That's not a job I would apply for. That guy.
Yeah, this guy.
Yes. And we'll read the comment section for this one. This is the one they typed me. So, one guy says, FE polar. So, it's too late 2 hours for me to accept ESFP. I would say sleeping 3 to 6 hours a night and declaring enough. I may not remember this properly. It's pretty inconsistent with SI Dom, but not definitive. They say IXTJ.
You definitely sleep last.
Yes.
There you go. ISTJ. Look at that. He's an ISTJ. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
He has strong TE tool. Definitely not 3rd slot TE. This guy knows how to type people. Who is this guy? He's got a really good explanation here, dude.
Who is this guy?
Just change. Turn off that.
Yeah, I'll go back, but he says, "Who is this guy?" I just went ahead and checked.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
It's this CompTS. Nope, he doesn't have anything. Those aren't his videos, are they? Okay, here's his videos. He does car repair. Looks like handyman. Right, let's go back.
Cat box review. Gador, Ranho.
Cool. How long ago was this, Hank?
2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, that's a comment 2 years ago. 3 years ago for the video.
Nice.
So what are you? ISTJ?
Why don't we go to the end of the video and watch?
He gave me 3 different types.
Oh, okay.
He gave me ESFP, ISTJ, and ENTJ. No, he didn't even give me ENTJ. He said INTJ, ESFP, and ISTJ. So we couldn't even get in the same quadra, so I just dropped it. If he can't If you can't localize it to one quadra, then you don't know my type.
That's right.
I mean, if you're close, you could get it down to one quadra. I will read the rest of it. Yeah, I just don't talk in the same way.
You've got the same problems, Hank. It sounds like the problems he's having at work are with people not following procedures and not paying attention to details. He also sees things quite clearly. So it must be frustrating being around people who are so sloppy and careless in the workplace. I have a great respect for ICJs. They're really great people. Our society would completely fall apart without them. Look at that.
Was it? Where was that? This
Yeah, that one.
This one here.
No, the one above. The one at the top, yeah. Guy just below. That one, yep. You just can't see it. It's just like not there.
Yeah, the directions are just not there.
Well, you just keep skipping it.
I'll just search for it. Tell me a string.
I
Read
said
part of it.
it sounds like the problems he's having at work.
Oh, so it's the one I was actually already on before you said go look at the other one. Okay.
Okay, Hank.
That was the one I was on before you said not that one.
Okay. You're still having the same problems at work.
Yes.
Yeah, same.
And how do I solve them? If you know my type, how do I solve these stupid problems? That's a good solution. I'm gonna try that.
It depends what the solution is.
You need to get some ISTJs in your work, then you won't have those problems.
So I need.
What do you really consider the solution?
If everyone was like you, Hank, then you wouldn't have those problems, right?
Steve, I don't know the details, and I haven't asked you enough questions. But my advice would be for you to let go. Not to actually correct or change the reaction that you're getting, but to kung fu it.
I agree with you. How do I pay my bills?
You don't have to do anything to remain employed. It doesn't require success or productivity. It merely requires you to get along with the people who are responsible for hiring and firing you.
They fire me based on productivity and attendance.
What do you do?
I do logistics now. I move stuff around for a megacorp. Can I do something else?
They measure how many boxes you carry?
Yes, and they haven't been telling me how many I've been carrying, even though I've been requesting for ever since they stopped letting me query that information.
So they're not keeping track of your productivity. But if they were keeping track, you'd be hired.
They don't.
Because you're the best employee.
Well,
that describes two possibilities, Hank. That means either
when you want to fire someone, I guess.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. So there's two scenarios here. Either they want to get rid of you because they don't like you, and they're not telling you what the tracking is because your numbers are so good that it would make them look absurd, right? So they can't use it, so they just, well, I don't know what you're doing because you're doing great. Or they don't give a fuck because you're not on the firing radar, so they're not even bothering to look because, I haven't worked in logistics, right? So you could totally blow me out of the water here, but I have done a variety of different jobs, and even the ones that are based on results are not based on results. Nobody gives a fuck. People are stupid. They're lazy. They lie. They cut corners. The customers don't even care. They rather have someone fuck them over, overcharge them, break their shit, and do it with a smile and a brown nose than they would have someone like me who's not even mean. I'm just curt, direct, and to the point and blunt, but your shit will run like ship shape, and you won't even need me. You can pay me half as much and then fire me because it'll run itself for 15 fucking years. I'll do it so well, and they don't want to deal with me. That's
Don't
how
look at you under
people
the
are.
microscope if they don't like you.
I mean, I'd rather the former as long as you don't guess bullshit me about how long things would take.
Well, they will bullshit you.
Sometimes.
And if you know it's bullshit, it's still in your favor. You're upset because you're demanding the same level of integrity, responsibility, accuracy, and productivity out of others that you put on yourself. And I would flip that formula as a solution. I would lower your standards to the others. Now, here's a cautionary tale. If you've already established a baseline in the company where you're at, you can't go back. You can't start acting like the other ones. You're stuck with this. You're going to have to do more work, be more on time, show up more, take more responsibility. That's the bar you set. Now, if you are very, very good at these things, which it doesn't sound like you are, then you can slowly, over time, very, very carefully and methodically lower that bar so slowly that they don't notice. Right? And you'll never get it as low as you could have when you started it.
Dennis sounds like an expert at not working.
I think that it would hurt Hank. He would go home and cry at night if he was less efficient. I think he wants to be
couldn't
efficient.
let it go.
I mean, I can lower the bar, but I got bashed for not being good enough when I was a freaking child, so I had to raise the bar just not to get my ass burned on that. So it's kind of hard to know what to do. Because if I drop it too low, I'm gonna be penalized for not doing it good enough. So I have to give an extra 30-50% credit just so I don't get purged for not performing.
Yes, and now that you've set the bar, you can't lower it.
Well, Hank will never know what it takes to get fired until he tries to get fired on purpose. The way Denizen sounds like you've done that a couple times.
I've been fired on purpose before, so I know I'd like to. Yes.
All right.
I've been.
What did you do? What did you do to get fired on purpose?
Oh yes. So one time, I guess my internship wanted to send me across to the other side of the state to get training, but they didn't have the kindness in their heart to make a printout and establish that was going to happen. And he tried to just say, go to the airport now, go to the airport now. And I said, no, fuck that. You can't even give me a printout.
I just act like the other employees. I did not do things correctly. I always set the bar really fucking high, and I ended up doing 5 people's jobs for 1 person's salary, and all the bosses loved me. And when they would fire everybody in the company, I would still not get fired. But all that did was give me longevity in a position where I was doing way too much work for way too little pay and no actual respect. Like, the boss knew me by name. He would come by and pat me on the back in front of all the other employees, and then even occasionally take me out for a really expensive dinner or buy me a stripper even. But would he put any of that money on my salary? Would he put it in any respect when he was telling me what to do? Nah.
Yeah, so it's not that doing a worse job would hurt me directly. I'm not going to be upset by just do it good enough. I'll be upset because I didn't do it to the standard they didn't communicate, and I'm purged for not performing good enough. So it just had to be better than everyone else. That's why I don't get purged for the you didn't make the metrics, and they'll tell me as late as possible so I can't just correct it.
Usually they don't know if you're failing the metrics unless they get complaints.
Well, they're so incompetent that they won't tell me in time that I can actually correct it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because he can't communicate with me now, and I know I'm doing good enough.
And then you could get fired for that too.
Yeah. How well am I doing? How well am I doing? You're doing fine.
So I get burned on both sides of the damn platform.
How old are you?
34 now.
Oh, your DNA is degrading.
Yeah. I was gonna say you're a little old, but you might want to just consider just doing another job just for the hell of it. Just switching careers. If you're unhappy. If you're relatively happy, you just have some irritants, don't shake up your life. But if it's like, fucking with your sleep or giving you indigestion or putting you in a bad mood or you fucking resent getting up and going to work every day, then I mean, yeah, change. We resist it like motherfuckers, right? We're terrified of it, but it usually ends up at least giving you a reset, at least giving you another data point of something you don't like and don't want to do.
I mean, change to what?
Anything. Doesn't fucking matter.
All right.
It's not like carrying boxes fulfills your need to be meticulous or your analytical side or your love for argumentation or any of that stuff that makes you Hank.
Building and
It's
fixing
so.
computers. You should build and fix computers
With what parts?
with whatever
So
parts they pay for.
so this might actually be a good time for you to start considering to embrace your entrepreneurial side. And since you have computer knowledge, you would be ahead of the game. What you could do is put like Facebook ads and shit like that to buy used stuff off of people who didn't know what they bought, right? They go buy a computer, they spend way too much money on it, they don't use it, it's like a coat rack, and then you go and you buy up the components for less than what they cost retail. And then you put them together and build computers and then sell them right back to those same people for the price of all the parts combined with a little bit of extra for your Hank time. This is the economy is good for this right now. It's not as good as if like in the heyday when part prices were low. Obviously that's better. But now the inflation in the parts provides an opportunity for you as well in the used market and in the aftermarket.
Yeah, I need to get better at fixing stuff. I mean, I have a monitor that need to be capacitorized that I didn't do yet, even though I had the capacitors. I had the capacitors.
I had to do that to a monitor once. That's annoying.
Yeah. So
I do not work on monitors. I'm afraid of electricity.
I mean, who's not afraid of electricity?
Well, that's why he would pay you, Hank.
Yeah. Have you been zapped by a monitor?
Not yet.
Well, by a capacitor, yeah.
Not
Yeah, I've been
recently.
zapped by a CRT.
Yeah. Yeah,
You rethink all your life choices when that happens.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been zapped by capacitor, but not recently. Let's look at that. Keep looking at comment section while we think of solutions. So this next one says tough one. Ti looked good with syllogism, but he could be guessing. He looked polar with the genealogy and missing generations. He had IXTJ vibes when describing work squabbles because he was very pushy with TE, almost childlike when he first talked to the guy, but eventually thought that wasn't enough, and so he had to tell the supervisor, Tattletale LOL. I feel he was not SI, front stack enough to be ISTJ, and he was questionable also. Eric had a push on it. I'm leaning FI2, TE3. He seems to be serious, isolated, all business, ESFP. And this next person says syllogism is always TE. TI is just general deducto because TI is not a true oriented function. TI is just a opinionative thinking.
Oriented.
Yeah, oriented function. TI is just an opinion.
This guy's a bit jealous of TI. It's okay, bro. Like, where did we touch you? Point to the doll.
Show us on the doll where the TI hurt you.
Yeah.
And this one says ICJ for this typing. Early on, it was clear that he's an ISTJ who thinks he's INTJ. He gave way too much sensory info through the session.
Hmm.
And Eric says, I kind of think he's probably ESFP. And this next person says, I was learning that way for a bit until the FE test. That felt polar to me. I could see it through. See it though.
I mean, that was the other option I had for you is ESFP.
All right. He also
SCP.
yeah. Now that you read it, yeah, you got that. You agree with that?
No, I always said SCTE or SITE. But you're definitely observer and definitely sensor.
Yeah. He also seemed more extrovert than ISTJ.
That doesn't mean anything though.
During which he would support that a little more.
He's right. You are extroverted, but you're still an ISTJ. You're an extroverted ISTJ.
Yeah, I think there's flaws in your methodology then.
I know you do. That's why I like saying it.
Yeah. So, no ESFP is sleeping without a mattress, surely. He seems ISTJ, dedicated to his job. I'm dedicated to getting paid, but if I can just not have this job, that'd be fine.
What did you write? I seem dedicated to my job because COVID inertia and recruiters and job placement counselors are deceptive scum. Mm. Sorry, I just can't see very well. I'm small on the screen.
Yeah,
and I can replace the money source to something even more flexible. They will be kicked to the curb.
Yes.
Okay.
I still stand by that. I agree with Hank.
Stock options, baby.
The stock market's going to crash because of the damn AI bubble.
You can make millions off of that if that happens. If you know a stock market crash is coming, then you're in a better position than me. You better bet on that. It's called puts.
I know that's coming, but I don't know when it's coming.
I wouldn't be so sure that it's coming. The major drivers of the markets right now are doing really, really well with AI. They're making shit tons of money. You can't listen. Yeah.
Because it's perceived value. It has nothing to do with the real value.
Yeah.
The real value is very low, but the perceived value is high. And people are
you just described the last 150 years of economics, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, well, perceived value is value. It's no. I really did make a distinction between it, but the problem. But the problem is that the chatbots aren't going to take away all the jobs. I know that already because we already had an AI winter like 40 years ago when they did the same narrative.
Mm-hmm. No, the chatbots will be used to enhance the elite's end of jobs. So, like, in your career, you're going to have to learn how to integrate AI, as it's called. So basically LLM technology into your workflow and increase your expertise in that area in order to stay competitive economically. That's how it's going to change the job market. And it may cause a reduction in the overall workforce because like one person who can AI really well can do the job of 3 normies.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's 2 things actually. One thing is that AI isn't much different than the application tracking systems that kind of interface with every job since I've been able to get jobs, since I own to do jobs. So for 10, 20 years, AI has been relevant. 2, I've been interfacing with AI since I was a child because I'm a gamer. So
yeah.
I guess So I have a lot of experience with AI. And
yeah, you should exploit that.
Okay, how should I exploit that?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I haven't asked you nearly enough questions to know what's good for you, right? Because the solutions have to be tailor made for you. All I can do is tell you what I would do, and that's kind of useless, but I'll do it anyway. If I were you, I would go get a bunch of Amazon certificates and fucking have a nice cushy, server job where you automate, server deployment for people to run their AI on, and get paid $120,000 a year for a boring architecture job, where the most exciting thing you do all year is go to free seminars where they teach you about the latest, server modeling and virtualization techniques and blah 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 and schmackety schmackety, and then just bank that money, create yourself like a pool of $250,000, and then sell stock options like Warren Buffett does.
Why Amazon stuff comp to you?
Whatever you want. Amazon is just easy. It's there. They're always hiring. There's all the certificate programs are going to be geared to that. And keep in mind, I've been out of the game for like 5 years, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But like when I was in IT, if you wanted to do server virtualization and you wanted to do it easy and lazy and get paid the most, Amazon's the way to go, because that's what everybody wants to do. So it's out there. There's probably literally a place that will test you for certification in your city, because that's how common it is.
I mean, yeah, there's a thing, but I know they were paying with Amazon most of the time, anyways. But if I did go that route, I'd probably try to push them, yank stuff out of Amazon when it doesn't fit there. But that's just me.
Look at this, 7 years ago, Hank.
Yep.
It's been that long.
And I think I was in IT. The job I did have, they didn't want to. I think they didn't want me to certify in anything really. They just went very busy work. So
I started excelling in the corporate environment when I stopped doing what I wanted to do and just found what they wanted me for, and then did that and fulfilled that role. Like they don't care. They don't care about the right way to do things. They don't care about the efficient way to do things. I ended up saving the company I worked for $250,000 a year. I had to do it without permission, because telling them and showing them wasn't enough. I had to do it without permission. Trick my bosses and my managers into doing certain things. Do what I could behind their back against their direct instructions. And that's just because I was responsible for it. So I didn't want to have to come in every Sunday in the middle of the fucking, I didn't want to get calls at 2 a.m. So I made this shit really badass and upgraded all their old fucking technology that was costing them out the ass for no reason. And I dragged all the departments, my director, the CEO, the president, the managers, the call center managers, all the fucking users, the goddamn employees. I dragged them all kicking and screaming into the fucking technology that was already 10 years old, but it was 25 years ahead of what they were using.
Yeah, here's the thing. Underhanded trickery does not come naturally to me, and I do not know how to learn it.
So embrace the suck. That's what we would say in the Marines, right? Just whatever the flow of bullshit is, find yourself a really crispy, burnt turd that's floating, and ride it.
That sounds like a great strategy. Do that, Hank.
Don't buck the machine. It's not going to get you anything but fucking agita.
Hank is lost by your weird ass metaphors. I'm lost by your weird ass metaphors.
My bad.
Go explain the metaphor.
Shit flows a certain direction. You're doing all the different things. You're trying to clean up the shit. You're trying to get the people who are taking dumps to eat better food and take smaller dumps and cleaner dumps. You're trying to like direct the flow of shit. So you're trying to stop it from piling up. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, it's a shitocracy. There's shit everywhere. Everything's all fucked up. And you're trying to fix it. So you gotta stop doing that. You gotta embrace the shit. They like it the way that it is. They like it the way it smells. And it's functioning for them. They don't understand how shit works. They're not smart. They're not meticulous. They don't have the same personality type as you. Businessmen are opportunistic. That is their single most defining quality, is opportunism. So that means whenever shit comes out of a certain hole, if there's money under the shit, they're like, oh, look, money. And you just need to follow that pattern. Don't try to make things better or point out where things are bad. Whatever the system is, become the system. Be like water. That's what Bruce Lee would say. You pour water into the bucket, it become the bucket. You pour water into the glass, it become the glass. Be water, Hank. Oh, that's pretty.
Oh yeah, that's my thing. I'm excited for this one. I think I will actually wear it.
Yeah, it looks good. It
Oh,
wasn't
wow.
cheap though. It was not cheap.
No, that's a $75 project. Yeah.
Damn, I would buy that.
For $75?
Yeah.
Don't sell it to them for
Well,
75 bucks. There's more
no,
money in
it's
that.
$75 plus
It's
the
materials.
hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So
Just the
350
material.
bucks. Yes, 350 bucks for that.
Yeah, I'd say 75's a steal. I try
Yeah.
to get my old lady to wear nothing but that.
Yeah, 350.
Yeah,
In the
it's
house,
like
of course.
it's hard to charge for crochet. It's usually materials times 3 is usually
Yes.
what you charge, and like who would be willing to pay that, you know?
So 350 because she's your friend.
Well done, Annie. Looks good.
Thank you.
I really don't feel heard right now. Because you answered my question with a metaphor that's just kind of I don't comprehend. Benjamin,
Do you know what go along to get along means?
Yes.
Do that.
But you also said do a whole bunch of underhanded things instead of. And that's
No. I told you that's what I did in order to do change. The point there was not do what I did. I was a failure. The point was that that was the only way I could get things fixed was by lying to the people who saved $250,000. That was the whole point of that story. Right? Forgive me for not making that more clear. Don't do that. Be the guy who's like, oh yeah, everything's great the way it is, boss.
Hank, take
Looks
advice
good,
from
boss.
people who succeed, not failures.
How's he a failure? He's retired now.
I opted out of the system though, and I live a very minimalistic lifestyle.
So Hank, if you went to work and everybody behaved the way you thought that they should, and everybody did follow the systems you thought that they should follow and all that, then how would you feel at the end of the day?
I mean, it's never been tried before, so I don't know how it would feel.
Do you think you'd feel kind of empty inside? Because
no, I can play video games. I'll make sure I'll get paid. Hopefully, then I can just play my damn video games.
Yeah.
I read my books and play video games, so I doubt I'll feel empty. I'm very good at keeping myself occupied. But like I said, it's never been tried, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I had the same exact problems as you, and it sucked until I just stopped fighting it. Then I started getting raises, promotions. They started like letting me hire people to do the shit I didn't want to do.
I'm sure your life challenges are very different than Hank's.
I'm just saying at work, I had very similar problems with people at work. The way he describes it, it's very familiar to me. I would take everything I say with a grain of salt, obviously, but I do think I'm relatively experienced when it comes to corporate employment, and I don't think my philosophies are like completely out of hand. I think they're extreme for a reason. It's because I'm right.
Well, assuming you're right, how do I get away with the deception?
Yeah, I would not fake it until you make it. You have to actually make an attitude adjustment. And for you, since you're not going to be a fake, and it's not like you're going to change who you are overnight, it has to be a matter of like categorization, prioritization, things like that. Things that you already do naturally. You already categorize things according to your needs and your wants. You already prioritize things naturally. You're very analytical, right? I'm right about these assumptions, right?
Affirmative.
Yeah. So just use those personality traits that you already use on a regular basis to invent your relationship with work. Yeah, the work, it doesn't define you. It's not real compensation, right? All the ways that we've been taught to think about jobs are lies. And so when you're like you, and you're very pedantic, and you want to know the definition of things in order to define the reality in the relationship, you're like, but you're telling me this, and clearly it is not fucking this. And so it causes confusion and frustration for you. You have to acknowledge and embrace the fact they're lying. You're not confused. It's not what they're telling you it is. It's all the fucked up shit that they say that it is not. And if you can see it that
way.
Yeah, but the thing is, I can accept the lies. The only thing that gets me is that they tell me a specific thing affirmatively, then they reverse it shortly after that. That's what gets me. That will just make me max out my anger.
Hank, what happens if you train somebody to do the wrong thing and you burnt the building down? Would that be such a bad... Could you take joy in that?
It really depends which building.
Can you recategorize that shift as your work challenge? Like, and so instead, your job isn't actually carrying boxes. Your job is the video game, but the video game isn't carrying boxes. It's real-time adjusting to the whims of stupid people who can't make up their minds.
Yeah, I already do that, but the thing is, I need more money, so I need to do something else.
Okay, yeah, that's a separate problem. How much time do you spend at this place? 40 hours a week?
More.
A little more than that. Plus, it's hard on my body, so I have to
60 usually.
But budget some recovery time. So plus the commute. So I would say
at least 60. No.
I would say 50 hours a week.
50?
But if I count for all the support time I had to dedicate to a job.
Okay, so now we're exiting my area of expertise a little. I want to preface with that. Right. I think you're gonna have to take a risk and get a different job, because the way to deal with what you're saying is you use the company time on your own personal entrepreneurial advancements. But if you're a warehouse, you can't do that. Every second of your day, you're busting your ass. So unless you've got free time at work, if you have free time at work, you need to convert that into a monetary. You need to monetize your free time at work. But if you're a warehouse, you probably don't have free time at work, in which case you need to change careers. You need to switch into a career where you can take more time, sneak more of the time that your boss thinks you're working for him, and actually you're working for yourself.
That's bad advice. If you have free time at work, you play on your phone.
Yeah,
He needs more money.
I know.
Yeah, this was a survival job anyway, so I'm only here because all the other advice that this, the normal common advice didn't work for me.
Yeah.
I was the wrong person for the advice.
Yeah, you gotta have 2 or 3 jobs at the same time. So without killing yourself by not sleeping and going to an actual second job, you have to secretly do your second and third job while you're getting paid for the first one.
Stop giving away my secrets.
But they're not not your secrets. I mean, they are overemployed.
Yes. And underpaid. And there's that productivity thing again, right? Like, they count on Hanks. Hanks are 10 times more productive than their fathers were. Did they get paid 10 times as much? Not even close.
No, probably 10 times less. I'd hire a Hank.
Oh, hell
I'd hire
yeah.
a couple. Yeah, I'd hire a couple Hanks.
Here's how Hank's company could solve Hank's problems and make more money and solve some of their own problems at the same time. Promote him to the head of the department. Let him tell them how to do shit. Boom, done. Happy Hank, better workers. You think that's gonna happen? Not a chance in fucking hell is that gonna happen.
I think half the workers would quit if you put Hank in charge.
Good. That's good.
They couldn't live up to the standards.
Yeah, the other half would pick up the slack, and he could hire a third of the number of people who left and be more productive than before they all left.
The other half.
I've seen it happen over and over and over again.
They'd go home and they'd be miserable. Like, oh, that Hank guy, he's making me do so much work, and he's looking at everything I do all day.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It's much better if I could slack off with a different boss.
I mean, more than half of them already quit. The turnover was so high, so I could cut down turnover.
I treated my employees with love and kindness and respect, though. So
yeah,
they did see me as a slave driver and a son of a bitch, but they loved me anyway.
Yeah, so if only half quit, then that's really lower turnover. And people want me to be the head of the department, but they're not listening to me now. So I just said, why would I bother to be the head of the department if you don't take anything I say seriously at all?
Well, because you can cut their hours, and then watch how fast they fucking listen to you. As soon as someone doesn't fucking listen to you, you send them home and then do their job better than they can do it.
Poor Nico, they just keep cutting his hours.
It's like, I don't even need you to come in on Thursdays anymore. You just pick a random day of the week. You know? Like, then they start listening. And it depends on the level of authority you're given, too. Like, some managers can hire and fire. You know, then I'm going to fire your ass. I'm not even going to send you home. Depending, right? Because I already got I've worked with you. I already have an idea of who you are. Are you the kind of guy that I just need to send home so that I shake you from your mental torpor? Or are you a prick who's just going to keep giving me the same shit problems that I have over and over again no matter what? Or are you some mix of the two where you don't really need the job, therefore I can't punish you, and so everything just, rolls off your back anyway? Well, whatever the case is, I'm going to act accordingly. I'll cut your hours down to 2 hours a day if I have to.
Yeah, so most of the management at my place, they're just corporate police, most of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
So they're just there to make sure that the policies exist and stuff gets done, and they're kind of not good. They're not that good of either of those, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And some of the people who did rock the boat, they got pushed off the boat, so no point.
Yeah, you want to do the opposite of rocking the boat. Lean into the absurdity.
Yeah, so for me to lean into absurdity, I pretty much need to stay out of management there. That's the simplest, easiest thing to do.
Yeah, otherwise you become a typical middle manager, which is fine if you can do it.
No,
it's more money, more job security.
It make me too angry. I can't trust the workers, and make me too angry.
That's true. To be a manager, you have to have a high tolerance for idiots.
Yes. I'm just saying that could you never really know until you try, right? Like, I get that he doesn't. I didn't either. I still kind of don't. But, like, if I just tweaked a little bit of things in my brain and how I perceive things and interact with them, it's an entirely different mentality. You know, it's like, let's say you were planning revenge against one of your worst enemies. And step 3 of your 10-step plan, let's say step 5, because now you're further into the plan. 1 through 4 went perfectly, flawlessly. And step 5 is your enemy believing he is superior to you. And you giving him the public opinion is that he's superior to you. So he's always talking shit to your face and making fun of you at work. And he he sits on your car or smokes at your desk, whatever it is that annoys you and embarrasses you. And he does it right in your face to annoy you. Well, if it's part of your plan, you're not going to be as annoyed. You're going to be secretly pleased because we're moving into step 6 right on schedule. Whereas if it's not part of your plan, just that tweak in the way you perceive it will make it like the worst, most humiliating experience you can have. This is the mindset I had to adapt in order to climb the corporate ladder. I just stopped thinking of it as a fair, equal transit. It's like there's all of the shit that they tell you when you're growing up in school is all lies. My boss was taking advantage of me like I was a slave and a dum-dum. And once I thought of it that way and I started taking advantage of him, none of the other stuff bothered me anymore. I learned to trade the stock market while my boss paid for it. I had a guy who used to work for me at a company. He got fired. I hired him to do IT shit on the side while I was still working at the same company where I was his manager. So I'd be taking calls from my customers at work and sending him out to do the jobs and giving him half the money. Out of my boss's fucking call center.
He'd be getting paid instead of your company for the work.
Well, I had to split it with the dude because I can't be in two places at the same time. But
you get a couple of those dudes, then you can get a bunch more money.
Yeah, and I also raised my prices, right, to compensate for the dude. Because the other part of that is you have to stop thinking of customers like they're your friends too. They're not.
My customer is my friend. I got a text message last week, and it was one of my clients I've seen for 18 years, or longer actually. And he sent me pictures of these big boxes of yarn that he saw at an estate sale. And he's like, do you want any of this yarn? It's 50-50 wool acrylic. And I said, how much? And he said, they're $5 each. And I said, yeah, I want those. So he's bringing, I'll see him on Thursday, 2 big boxes of yarn for $10. Nice.
Yeah. You do what you love with people you have positive relationships with, though. That's how to win at life, right? Like, corporate America is not that. It is. It's not that.
There have been
You-
some tricky relationships, but yeah, mostly people are happy to see me and I'm happy to see them.
That is, you envy Annie, but Annie has to get a job because she hasn't been making enough money, though.
Yeah, I only made $1,400 last month. So
And
def-
I mean, I think that's a consequence of our failing society, because people like you who do something that they're actually good at and actually passionate about can't make a living wage. And that does not surprise me at all. And this is I started my first computer company when I was 16 years old, and I didn't make any fucking money. And I quit because I wasn't making enough money, but I forgot the whole reason I started the company to begin with. It was so I could be my own boss, right? Like, if I could go back and just keep grinding away at doing it my way, but living with less, I would have. But then I learned another lesson when I did it later in life. You don't not have a boss when you own your own company. You have 30 fucking... Yeah, you get 30 of those motherfuckers. Now the customers are your boss, and that's worse. It's way worse. So you got to be in a position where you're financially independent, right? And you can pick and choose the customers that you have. That's how you can do something you're passionate about. Is if you don't need the money, or you charge so much, and what you do is so valued that even if you pick and choose, just getting one customer here or there pays for all your needs. I can envision myself like
real estate.
Yeah, I can envision myself like having a farm, growing half of my food, cutting my food costs in half, being off grid, so cutting my energy costs in half, and owning it outright, so now I'm paying taxes instead of rent, and so that my monthly nut, as it's called, would be so low that I could just work on custom cars or build custom guitars for a living. And if I didn't like somebody and they were a pain in the ass to work with, I could just tell them to fuck off. You can't do that realistically in capitalism. You have to take somebody else's shit and they brainwash you and call it voluntary. I don't want to get it off on a 20-minute rant.
No, go for it. Hopefully I get better information. Go for it.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes left.
Well, I mean, for me, I started making more money and making better business relationships when I changed my mindset. I just stopped thinking of it as like work ethic, right? Like, my father was born in the 30s. He came from a different America. He taught me about working hard, being honest, having integrity, and for him, his most important lesson for me was that your name follows you everywhere you go. So build a good reputation for yourself. Be the kind of man that people honor. And so I carried my ethics and my principles into corporate America, and it was a fucking nightmare. I wanted to kill myself because there are no principles and ethics in corporate America. It's the opposite. It's a race to the bottom. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be, you could be working at Apple, you could be working at Exxon, or you could be answering the phone for a living at some shitty fucking call center like I was. And once I stopped bucking the system, it immediately made things easier for me. Then I even started to gain a perspective. Now I was able to gain the perspective of the very people that I was at odds with, including the lazy people who worked with me, whose jobs I had to do, the incompetent people who worked with me and above me, who I had to take orders from or work with, and the business owners who were at the top of the heap trying to manage it all. And I realized certain things which are ugly truths. I don't think they have to be true, but they are They are what they are, and I can't change them. For example, when I became a manager, I realized the guy who was awesome at his job and knew all the things, um, he was my biggest pain in my ass. And I had this incompetent dude who didn't know what he was doing. He wanted to be an IT because he thought it was cool. He wanted to be an IT guy. He didn't know anything about computers. He was the most reliable employee I ever had in my entire career. Because the smart guy thought he could do shit his way. He didn't follow any of the rules. He didn't follow my procedure that I developed 15 years with 15 years of experience. He thought he could cut corners because he knew how. He did, but he didn't see the bigger picture or the consequences. And that bigger picture gets larger and larger the higher up you go. Your boss, who's probably a stupid, greedy, opportunistic motherfucker, he doesn't have much choice. He lives in this America too. And his business runs well. He has less stomach pain and headaches and has to take less time away from his family and his kids for the lazy, incompetent motherfuckers who go with the flow than he does for people like you, Hank. People who fucking are smart enough to see a better way, but you're constantly throwing it in his face. And he couldn't change it if he wanted to. He can't restructure his whole organization just because Hank knows better. It wouldn't work. And then he's got to deal with vendors who are doing things the shitty way. He's got customers who run things shitty in their own companies, and then they expect the same load of shit that they're getting from him. You know what I mean? Like, this shit spider webs out. You can't fight the system. And if at some point you let go of fighting it, and it still like irritates you enough to where you can't get through day to day, I would suggest that is a Hank problem, because you are a very intelligent and adaptable person, and you are, I think, as far as I've known you, very capable of abstract thought, right? It seems to be part of your personality. You get ideas, right? So you might be a hands-on, pragmatic, practical type of person. I don't know. I would know you better if you were my employee and I had to teach you, because I learn a lot about people in the way that they learn, right? Everybody has a different learning method. But I know you're capable of abstract thought. This tells me that you could reorganize your entire relationship with your employment simply by thinking. You could use your brain power to change all your negatives into positives. The money thing is pretty hard, though. That's a hard, thing. You could get another career where you have more free time, or dramatically reduce your expenses. That is a thing. You could put your time and energy into creatively reducing your expenses so that you would have the same financial overhead that you would have if you got a raise. I'm sure you can think of ways right now. You're already thinking of ways in which that's possible.
Is that the end of the rant?
Maybe, I guess, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess it wasn't a whole 20 minutes.
Yeah, so you point out that one of the guys you hired thought he was smarter than you and did things his own way instead of your way. But that's also what you did, too.
Yeah, I had the fortunate side effect of it working, though. He just broke shit.
Yes. Is it possible that people like you made a system that sucks?
No, because my stuff ran better. So like when I showed up, everybody was yelling and screaming at everybody. It was a really high stress environment. The system went down several times per day. There were around 500 tickets in the IT help desk, and all of us were on call. It was not unusual for my boss, the IT director, the C-level position, kind of, sort of, like up there in the ranks, would sleep under cubicles in the middle of the night because we were working on, getting the systems up and running. And I took it over and did things my way. I had the larger picture, right? So I interacted with the vendors. I went and interviewed all the managers. And I worked there as an employee before I got into IT. So I was in a very unique position to have real solutions, not just stuff I felt like it because I thought I was smarter than everybody. And I didn't think I was smarter than anybody. I was genuinely interested in solving problems. And we went from that scenario to having a 99.9% uptime and having a co-location in a data center. And we started going down less than once per year instead of several times per day. And like I said, we reduced our infrastructure costs by $250,000. We went from no IT compliance, no PCIe compliance, no licensing compliance, to probably somewhere around 85% compliance and full licensing compliance by the time I left. I automated things to the point where I didn't even need to come into work anymore. And the help desk went from having hundreds and hundreds of tickets that went unsolved to generating less than 5 tickets per day and less than 20 tickets overall in the entire system. And that was a ticket system I designed from scratch, from the bottom up, including creating the help desk department and the ticket system and hiring the people responsible for working in it. So those were results I could put on my resume. Not the same as the kid who's 22, has no previous experience in IT, never worked in a call center, but he's a computer nerd, and he knows a lot. He knows how to fix computers. That's why I hired him. I tested him, and he passed. He passed the test. He got the highest score out of anybody except me. So he did very well on my test. But he cut corners. He didn't follow the procedures that I put in place in order to prevent things from failing, in order to create scalability and redundancy. He just did things to get them working in the time being so that he could get the person off of his back instead of actually fixing the problem. Band-aid after Band-aid after Band-aid, basically. That's how I should put it. And so what happens then, when you do that for long enough, first of all, you haven't fixed the original problem. So now your problems are increasing and piling up. Because whatever broke system A through D is now breaking system E through H. Because it's still there. And now A through D they're off in the wilderness. I can't monitor them. I can't see them. They're not reporting in anymore. Because he took them off my network in order to fix the problem. He separated them from the problem, right? And so now I've got machines that are falling out of the purview of their maintenance cycles. And that's just problems waiting to happen. You hit fast forward on that for a few months, and those problems exacerbate. Also, he didn't shower correctly. He had absolutely terrible hygiene. Right? This is something that, you don't realize until you become a manager that you have to worry about. Why? Because girls will complain about that. Like the HR lady and the female manager will fucking complain to my boss that my employee stinks and smells like ass. And then all of a sudden, somebody's showering fucking habits become my personal problem. It stands between me and my paycheck whether this dude can wash his ass properly with soap. He had attendance issues. And God forbid I needed somebody to work extra. Well, then, I could go fuck myself, right? That was not out of the question because of his personality and his mentality. And I hired him based off his test scores, and he ended up being my biggest problem. And the dude who scored toward the bottom and almost didn't make it when out of his test was my most reliable employee. He worked weekends and holidays if I needed him to. He always followed the manual and the procedure. You know why? He didn't know how not to. It's the only way he could fix shit was by following the shit that I spent weeks writing out. I created the IT policies and the how-to manuals, and I hand wrote that shit at my desk using my computer, and he had no choice but to follow that stuff. And if I was in a pinch and there was an emergency, and I needed to send somebody in order to get something reliably done, this is the choice I have to make. Do I send the guy who understands the underlying infrastructure because he might be able to solve the problem faster? Or do I send the guy who's going to be me, part two, right? He's basically a set of eyes and a set of hands in another location. He doesn't even dare to think for himself because he can't, right? So all he can do is see and touch, and then if he doesn't already know the answer, he has to call me and ask me or refer to the manual. He can't improvise. And that dude ended up being way more reliable. And now, because the whole reason I hired him was because I can't do his job, and the dude who didn't wash his ass's job, and the IT director's job, and the programmer's job, and my 3 jobs, and the manager's job all at the same time. I physically couldn't do it. He became a problem for me and my work because I still have my responsibilities. The CEO let me hire this guy to fix printers so that I could stop fixing printers and work on automating the phone scripts and correcting our licensing issues and making a database for the managers to share information across different departments. Shit like this that only I can do, that the greasy guy can't do, and the reliable guy can't do. So he's fucking with that. Now I can't do my job. These are the things that become the reality when you're in a corporate infrastructure and you start to climb the ladder. You realize, like, people who complain less are worth more. And we're all rowing a shit turd up the same shit creek. None of us can stop that. None of us can clean up the shit. So the guy who's like just keeps saying, "Man, this is shitty," he just becomes an annoying pain in the ass at the end of the day. And I imagine you could find yourself, in that dilemma if you don't change your way of thinking.
Yeah, I agree. But I just haven't found a way of thinking that's compatible with the system that doesn't debase myself or require a skill I don't know how to get. Computer stuff I can figure out. I just don't like. It's just annoying, but I could deal with it. This gets deceiving people. It's just not easy for me because it's the way I think. I like being able to do. I like actually implementing my promises or get at least 50% of my 50% either way on time estimates.
Stop making promises. Right, so you don't have to lie, just don't tell the truth. There is a difference.
I mean, I already know I do that, but that's the way things are going. I need to know I lie too.
And as far as the debasement goes, that's a real issue. But like I said, that's a mind tweak. It's plan 5 in your 10-step plan, is allowing your employer to think he can debase you.
What
You just have to. Well, that's a plan you're going to have to create, right? Like I said, for me personally, would be to get the fuck out of that place and trade stock options for a living. You have two avenues of attack here. You can either increase your income, which means you're going to need additional sources of income, right? And you only have a finite amount of time, or decrease your expenses.
I have to increase my income because inflation. So even if I decrease my expenses, things are gonna get more expensive. Then I'm gonna be underwater. There's only one.
Yeah.
There's capital. I need capital income, not because
he pays $385 for his car insurance.
Yeah.
He's already doing pretty good on the car insurance, so I don't know how you lower that. Do you need to drive to work? How far is work?
20 minutes by car.
So that's a yes. What kind of car do you have? What year?
2011 Hyundai Sonata.
Yeah.
So that's very economical.
Yeah, I was just getting it. I was trying to not talk about this, but I was just getting it inspected this week, and the damn Monroe keeps promising they'll go ahead and get the service they say needed, and they keep delaying the work and just putting it aside. And I actually called off for a whole week because of their incompetence.
Do you live alone?
Yes.
Do you pay rent?
Yes.
Is it more than $1,000 a month?
Slightly.
That's going to be your biggest deal there.
It's my biggest expense, but there's no thing like much less than this that are actually near anything. Pretty much that's pretty much the minimum amount everyone pays in this area. So
yeah, you're gonna have to move farther away and save $300 to $500 a month.
Fuck that. I'm not driving 45 minutes to work again. Fuck that.
Then this is the price you're paying for your current situation.
I'm not driving,
which is not necessarily
to
bad.
Work again. That's retarded. I'm not doing it again. I hated driving 120 minutes to work to the other place I've worked.
Hank, listen, Hank. I'm not saying it's a bad decision. I'm just trying to get you to wrap your mind around the fact that you decided. You're trading a lot of this for that lack of commute. And I don't blame you, but keep that in mind. That's what you're paying for. This is why you're dealing with some of the stresses that you're dealing with, so that you don't have to deal with the stress of that 45-minute commute.
Or a roommate.
That was obvious. Roommate.
Yeah.
I mean, who? I don't really have many friends in meat space, and honestly, you don't trust most of the panelist people at all.
I mean,
do you have more than one bedroom?
No. Well, you can always make the living room into another bedroom, but still, I do not have more than one bedroom. At least per floor plan.
I'm telling you, literally, what I would be doing is looking to change to a career where I have more free time at work, and looking to move someplace where the rent is much, much cheaper. Because you can rent a house anywhere in America for under $1,000. It just depends on how far away from the city you want to move. Even San Diego.
I mean, I can look. The thing is, Dennis and Richard Nine saying, I'm not good at the lying part. I don't have enough FE to lie the way people like to be lied to. I don't know why people don't understand this, and I keep telling them directly. They'd rather argue with
I'm
my
like
type.
that too.
They'd rather argue with my damn type than just accept what the damn results.
No. I'm like that too. I'm saying you need to stop being so communicative, right? Like, you can avoid lying by withholding.
I don't know if you can.
Exactly. So I know I already have that skill. I can withhold information, but that's not what. That's not.
Are you saying you can't work on your own shit at the same time as you're working somewhere else? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's possible in certain jobs. I just haven't had a job like that yet. So
Yeah.
Yeah, which part is that you're saying you wouldn't be able to do as far as lying though?
the lies needed to get in now.
You mean into a new job?
Yeah, I'm not good at the lies needed to get into a new job. I don't know how far you can stretch the truth or what the metrics mean or whatever. I don't have that.
So that's a good point. I was the same way. I think you can still do it. It just might take longer and be harder.
Okay, how do I train to do it?
Just don't lie. Just be honest. Be honest
Give him
about
a
your
job interview.
capabilities.
Anderson, give him a job. Get him a job interview.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, do you want to do IT?
Yeah, I'll be interested in that opportunity.
All right. Well, why? What interests you about it?
So I like designing and implementing and testing things to see what's the best way to do things. It's just a thing I do that like optimization.
That's a good answer. How do you feel about like attention to detail? Are you strong in your attention to detail?
Now I've been kind of weak in attention to detail, but I've been learning to double check and make sure it actually works. Verification. I'm increasing verification. I'm using chatbots to help me verify things.
Good adaptation. So, give me an example of how you use verification to compensate for your lack of attention to detail on a daily basis or in your regular life.
Oh, for example, I keep keys on a end table so I can easily verify that I have my keys before I go out, so I never lock myself out.
It's a good one.
And can you give me another example that involves technology or a computer?
Yes. So, that's a good one. So whenever I set up my streams, I actually verified that I could see my mic, give me the volume back before I start, so people can hear me. I watched the bubbles.
All right. So, how do you feel about checklists?
I made a few of them. I like.
So, I mean, I gotta tell you, I'm not lying. I've hired people before. I already like you. I probably would already hire you. Now, here's the thing. The fact that you rock back and forth in your chair and you don't make eye contact, I like that. I don't give a fuck. That may be a problem for some people. But here's the thing. I told you it might be harder and take longer. You just might have to find the dude like me who will appreciate what you bring to the table. A lot of these IT jobs, you're going to be talking to an HR lady who can't even appreciate your answers and realize how valuable you are. That's going to be 80% of your interviews are fucking worthless, right? So it's about persistence. I genuinely
feedback about why they didn't take you. Make sure you get the feedback.
Say again, Ben.
I say make sure you get the feedback about why they didn't take you.
They don't do that in
Yes.
America. They don't like doing that in America because of legal liability.
Yeah, he's right.
You could do
Yeah,
it like-
so you can still ask the question
hey,
though and get turned down.
Exactly.
Might as
You could
well.
be like, hey, I'm having trouble getting hired. Can you give me some advice what I can change up in my interview?
Absolutely,
between us.
and you can bring that to each and every other interview.
Yeah.
You can turn the interview process into a learning process and get better at it over time. And like I said, you are smart, intelligent, adaptable, and capable of abstract thought. Like, I really believe this is something you can do. It just depends how much you want it, right? you are going to have to be highly motivated because things are going to be harder for you than they are for other people. Because you have integrity and you also have a strange personality. So in order to maintain your integrity, you're already going to be not like most other motherfuckers. If you were a normie or you didn't have any integrity, that would automatically make all these things easier. But they're not impossible. Like I'm black-pilled, I still had a successful career. So it can be done. I'm a junior high school dropout. I just stopped putting the education section on my resume. You'd be surprised how many people don't bother to ask. They just assume, especially if you're articulate and you have experience and you know what you're talking about. I need water. I'm getting nauseous from
you're good.
Not drinking water all day. I'll be back.
Are you doing a air
How you
fast?
feeling, Hank? How you feeling, Hank? You feeling okay? Being under the spotlight?
I'm okay with the spotlight. I've been doing
Yeah.
these pounds for like 4 years now. I'm okay with the spotlight. I'm fine with hearing my voice.
Okay.
Good host without you.
Oh, you want me to leave?
No. You said I thought you were on vacation this week. That's why I just said, oh, well, I better just start the show. I have someone here.
Yeah. You're good, man.
So it's next week. Next week and week after.
Yeah, next
right?
2 weeks.
Right.
But I'm hoping I can jump on.
Yeah, I'd be fine.
So what's your next week gonna look like? Same stuff?
Probably not.
Yeah. How about you, Annie? What's your week gonna look like?
Well, I've been
Getting a job.
Yeah, getting a job or like continuing to apply.
Yeah.
Until I find something that works.
I think you'll get the one that's next door. I think you will.
I really hope so. And I even I'm feeling like I probably will, and so I even went into the drawer and found my social security card to take to the
nice.
To the interview, in case
they're looking for people, right?
Yeah, they're actually hiring. Yeah.
I mean, they'd be fools not to hire you.
Yeah, I think so because I know I would do a good job, and
there's a lot of idiots out there. Yeah.
And it's chores. I like doing chores. So
and not a lot of people like that. So.
Yeah.
I tolerate doing chores. I'm not sure. I don't think I like them, but I can do them at least.
And then I guess my biggest anxiety is Hazel adjusting to the new. Huh?
I was gonna say not being able to listen to books while you're doing the chores.
They might let me, like in the laundry room. Yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't, but adjusting Hazel to the new situation, and I've already talked to Russ about it, and he agreed that possibly for those 2 days a week, he could leave the other dog here, leave Poppy here with Hazel, and then I just don't usually leave her alone for a whole 8 hours.
I mean, if you're that close, you could probably just jump home for lunch.
I could. It would still be an adjustment because the lunch is probably 45 minutes. And so I get here and then hang out with her for 30 minutes and then say like, oh, I'm leaving again. And I don't think she'll like it, but
probably not.
But she's a dog. So I need that money so I can feed her and give her haircuts.
Right.
I'm just glad I had a platform to let Dennison finish because, like, if we were on Jack Talkouts, Jack wouldn't barely give him like 5 minutes to finish his thought because he wanted to focus on his attention and how much people would like him for bringing peace to the world by telling other people to do it for him.
You should show him all of the times I tore into him, even not knowing him.
No.
Make him my rival.
You don't want to be on his radar.
Make me on his radar. Make him go after me.
I mean, why bother?
He doesn't go after people.
Yeah, he doesn't go after people.
I think
other than Donald Trump.
He's different on other panels too.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Yes, he doesn't make it so much about himself when he's on somebody else's panel. He's a lot more humble.
Really?
Yeah, because he's doing
Yeah.
outreach.
He talks less, and he doesn't. When people say stupid shit, he finds it entertaining instead of like infuriating. He'll let people interrupt him. He takes a back seat.
That's
It's
cool.
like he's driving the panel, right? So he gets into that mentality where he's the boss and it's his show, and I used to do that too, and I didn't like change who I am. I just changed my method of managing. I had to remind myself when I'm the host, I'm not the content. I'm used to being the content.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when you're
Nope.
the host, you're supposed to let other people be the content.
Yeah, you're the background.
Right. Right. You want to foster them to talk more and for you to barely even have to interject.
Yeah, that's the dream.
That's the reality. I mean, I've read Denizen into being parched. I'm pretty good at it.
You're really good at it, Hank. Good job, Hank. You got Denizen to be parched.
Yeah, if I was about to puke if I didn't get something to drink.
Yeah. Well, it's about that time, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming on, and it's fun times.
Yeah, maybe we'll see you next week or sometime.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, at least, yeah, after 2 weeks at least, but hopefully before.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Good one. Bye, guys.
Peace.
See ya.